care about your hit penalties, your weapon skill penalties, your ballistic skill penalties. Sounds like you need more viewers. Chat, get in the subscriptions.
Thank you. There you go. All right. Just noticed it wasn't reporting. It must have gone into a different input. I'm sorry, everybody. I think everyone's just like sitting there in dead silence for like 30 seconds. Perfect. That's what we like to see. Okay, cool. Do you want me to give you the lowdown over here?
I see 10 scything guards, 16 scything guards. This is 1 unit of 6 or 2
Yeah,
units?
it's 1 unit of 6 and 2 units of 5. I can't take 4 units. That would be cheating.
Then you've got the Hive Tyrant. Looks like it's got everything I would expect it to have, maybe?
Yeah, he's a fighty guy, so he's got Maw Claws, so 4 rerolls to wound and +1 attack, and every time he kills something, +1 attack again.
Yep.
And then this Neurothrope is the support guy, so he's +1 to cast. This one is counts as 5 models for holding objectives.
Okay.
And then Swarmy, the one Swarmy boy.
And 2 melee kind of effects?
They have guns.
They're, Venom Cannon.
Yeah, so we have three Venom Cannons in the list to shoot people with.
That's fair. Couple Termagants, Gene Stealers, which I haven't seen in a while, Venom Thropes, which these ones give you the -1 to hit aura.
Yeah, it's -1 to be hit with shooting, which you clearly don't care about, so that doesn't matter. But they also make things fight last within 3 inches in melee.
Yeah.
On a 3+.
That part I care about.
That is the important part, indeed. Right. Yeah, and so we're High Fleet Behemoth. We took Naturalized Camouflage, so I double light cover.
Okay.
And
that matters for obstacles and ruins?
Yeah, all the infantry, yeah, when they're touching the terrain, then they'll get the stuff. Oh, these are messed up again. It doesn't matter for the forests, because the forests are not light cover.
Yeah, that's why I was looking around trying to figure out what terrains we were. Because I actually haven't this map at all.
These are supposed to have beautiful little parks in them, and the map base keeps spawning them weird. And it's very unfortunate. There you go, guys.
Probably because the map base just needs to be put down a little bit.
Yeah, the map base is strange. I don't know. It also, I might also be on an old version of it, but it's it spawns the map board like a 1/10 of an inch higher up than the actual board itself, which is weird. Anyway, that's whatever. Cool. Should we do attacker defender?
Attacker defender, then secondaries.
Yep. Blurp. I got a 6.
I think that kind of. You got a 5.
Oh, I got a 5, and then you got a 5.
I got a 5. Now I got a 2.
I got a 6 for real that time.
I don't know what that was.
All right.
I got a 6. Okay,
fair enough. You have no 4 deploy, right? So because you play Space Marine, so I will make you deploy first. I saw I got a big goose egg on command points. Where are you at?
I said I'm 2.
Oh, that's so many more than I do.
And then we got to figure out secondaries before we deploy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to put anything in reserves. You probably give out a decent for no prisoners, don't you?
I don't know. It's, let's see, 16, 19 times 4. So what is that? 76?
8, 8.5, so 9.
9, you get 10.
Yeah. That's not great.
Yeah. I give up 1, 2, I give a 6 on Bring It Down. A lot of psychers. So just take a for the witch.
Oh, wait.
I'm going to take Cranial Feasting.
I guess I'm going to take the trap.
You're pretty good on no prisoners, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I guess you're 12?
I give up
13? 14?
120 total wounds.
Okay, so 14. Let's do that.
And then if I bring back 10 wounds worth of models, you'll get more.
Yeah. But if you run away, I'll get less. No!
No, I thought no prisoners doesn't care how, did I?
It doesn't, but morale does, because morale's stupid. I think we only learned a couple weeks ago, but morale has a clause that says that any rules that trigger when a model would be destroyed aren't triggered if it flees due to morale. And so the rule that says that when a model is destroyed, you put it on the no prisoners tally doesn't happen. Kitty. But most of the other secondaries don't do that, which is weird, because they just check models that are destroyed at the end of the game.
Yeah, I thought the prisoners just said models at the end.
No, because no prisoners has you note down every time each model is destroyed how many wounds it's worth. So that step of the process doesn't happen.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah. It's like it's like that and the incarn spawning are like the only situations it triggers. It's really dumb. I will take another secondary, and it will be... How do we feel about Warp Ritual? I feel like Warp Ritual is pretty good, but I also feel like I might have to cast Psychic Powers on your guys, with my guys.
Remember that the 18-inch aura for the champion from the Terminators is
Perils thing?
Yeah, every roll of a doubles is a peril.
It's okay. I have Warp Siphons. We'll be fine.
Ugh.
And we could also just take banners because they're boring. I'll just take banners, whatever. But feels bad, but I'll do it.
What button again is the passing of the clock?
7 and 9 on the hotkeys. Okay. You can also just click it on the screen, which is what I do. Cool.
And seeing how this one is.
Hey, Poly Principal. Milestone achieved. Watch 3 consecutive streams. That's awesome. Thank you.
Although
Zion 30.
This is the first game I actually get to play in the league.
Of Speedhammer?
Yeah.
Oh no. I missed my last game. My opponent didn't show up for our game.
Me and Ash were supposed to play, but then our schedules didn't work out for that week, so we got an extension. And then she was like, I'm kind of done with 9th.
Wow.
And then my last opponent was like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it. I've got a lot of painting to do before the weekend.
Yeah. I think there's like a lot of that going around. People are like, I don't know. People are like less enthused right now just because the 10th stuff is so exciting. But rumor has it, we might have rules for 10th by the end of the month because there's going to be like playable demos. So that would be cool. Anyway, I guess we'll start deploying.
I guess so.
Adorned the canvas eclectic is your secondary here. Control more than objective markers. Destroy with range,
if I control more, if I kill something in shooting, something in melee, or character kills a character.
Cool. All right. I won't die.
Every turn, not every battle.
Yes. So you can score it on both my turn and your turn.
Yep.
Cool. All right. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go fast. I'm gonna click it on you.
All right. Bastard Possessions hangs out on the objective over there and pass it back.
Good old MOPZs. I'm gonna put a 6er right here. Actually, let's put down a Carnifex there first. Because I'm not reserving anything, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a Carnifex down first because I don't want him to get shot too much. We're gonna do this kind of thing like that. Back to you.
And because you don't have reserves, I'm just gonna put a unit of cultists chilling out behind the map at the moment.
I want to be honest, I didn't read your list until like just before the game, and so I was like half expecting like a bunch of like Dreadclaw, like real weird Dreadclaw cheese. I'm like, oh no, how am I gonna screen with my tiny army of mini mini Tyrant Guard units? I'm like, oh, just kidding, I don't have to. It's fine.
That's fair. You probably looked at it, saw CSuarez and Swerve and was like, oh, wait,
yeah.
Let's give me drop pods.
Yeah, I mean, it's all also like Emperor's Children, right? Like Emperor's Children just love those drop pod. They live that drop pod life, you know.
I haven't lived the drop pod life in too long.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry, I'm bringing up painful memories for you.
They just are not as good when you can't drop in a full unit of good sonic weapons.
Yeah. We did have that one at. Was that Elvio, right? It almost went the distance. Back to you. Last in the Shadow Round, I think. That was had like 2 tenors, like full of sonic blasters.
I think we'll put a unit of Warp Talons over here.
It was all Joker themed too. It was very cool. How come your champion's a little tiny baby boy?
Because they don't have a champion model for they're gonna be there.
Sure.
For the other model, and I wanted them to be different, so I took the Night Lord one.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's just put these guys down over here on the cover. Not gonna make a mistake I did last turn where I didn't put a guy in the front of this unit. All right, back to you.
Did you forget to put a guy in the front of the unit?
Yeah, they were just like an inch or two back, and they had to make like an awkward 7-inch charge onto this objective on the first turn. I was just like, ugh. It was like really weird. And then their bases are like big and stupid, so they like couldn't like move around the walls very well, and it was just like a nightmare. Just I didn't place them aggressively enough, basically.
We're gonna put a unit of noise marines over here.
Some delicious steaks. Cool. I'm just going to put this Neurothrope down here. He's just going to be within 9 of the objectives so that he can make a 3-inch advance onto it. Back to you. He can advance and do actions, by the way. It's the chicanery, so. Get out of here with these Chaos Terminators.
No. They're going to get in here.
No. I don't want them to be that thing you said.
They want to hang out. They want to say hi. They haven't been on stream in a while.
I'm so excited for you to just immediately fail your illusory supplication. The whole unit turns into a vapor.
I know. Me too.
That's what I want. That's all I want out of life. I can
You
die
know what
happy.
happened last time we played, right?
Maybe.
I said, okay, let's get this out of the way. Turn 1, let's fail illusionary supplication, and you wipe our Terminators off the board. Turn 1. You said that's not going to happen. I rolled a 1. You said, how did you know that was going to happen? And then you proceeded to take them off the board.
That is generally speaking how that works, I think. What? No illusory supplication on the Terminators?
It was fun.
Get them out of here. You're done.
Literally played out exactly as I thought it would. And you're like, that's not gonna work.
What are the odds? Apparently. Really good.
At that point in time, I was actually on I think like a 12-game streak of not getting it.
Oh, jeez. Cool.
Yeah. We've gotten a little bit better.
You don't have redeploys, right? You guys lost your redeploy.
We lost everything.
We've lost everything. All right, I'm going to put the 6er over here. I think if you want to shoot them, it's fine. Like, come at me, bro, I guess. This is like come at me, bro, the list, so.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. Just put 4 guys on terrain. That seems okay. Back to you.
All right. Master Executions will hang out with the Terminators.
I like low-key started playing this because my local community went to US Open, and this list is really good in US Open. Less good in WTC, but it's still fine. At least against guns, people shooting at it. Not so good if you melee good, but whatever. What do Chaos Terminators even do in melee? It's like nothing.
They got a couple wounds in usually.
Back to you.
Let's get some more Noise Marines out. This is the part I hate about my list because I actually have to put the Blastmasters in front, the champion behind them, and then figure out where I put everyone else. It eats up like majority of my time.
Yeah. All right, chat. I got a prediction for you. You want to dump some tokens in there? Go for it. I have no idea who wins this matchup.
Go ahead.
I'm hoping it's me. We'll find out though.
Not to influence chance decision or anything.
You can move 5 and shoot with these guys. They don't have any extended gun range, right?
Right.
The Noise Marines can advance and shoot the assault version, but they're far away. So I'm just gonna put these Gene Stealers behind the wall here, such that the Terminators can't like come over, peek around line of sight. So we should be okay.
Okay.
The other option is now we just get picked up by Warp Talons if we go over there. Yeah, we'll just do that. Back to you.
More Blasty Boys hanging out. So you only got 3 Venom Cannons, so I'm not really too worried about your shooting too much, I think.
You say that now. And then the Venom Cannons kill 2 whole Chaos Space Marines, and then you'll be singing a different tune, sir! Cool. I will put down the Venom Cannon guy right here. Back to... Oh, no, I'm not. Just kidding. That's the wrong place. He's going to go here. He needs to create the link. I literally just measured for him to go there and then put him somewhere else. All right, back to you. Nailing it. It's one of those days, you know?
Giga chat move.
Yeah. I had to run some stupid errands this morning, and then I get back and I get this like phone call. There's this like company I do a little bit of contracting work for, and they called me and they were like, So our website, no one can put orders into it anymore. Can you fix that? So there went my day.
Back to you.
Cool.
Tell me that they're the ones that messed it up.
I think something like automatically updated in the background or something. Just like one of those dumb things where like suddenly the plugins aren't compatible with each other.
Right.
It's stupid. I'll just put this Neurothrope back here. Back to you.
Okay.
Your only deny is the MOP, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, my mental misstep.
Beforchi boy. Thanks for the follow.
I got the blue card ready for it, so I just got to tap blue mana for
it. Fair enough.
Hey, it's not my fault that they went ahead and combined wizards in 40k.
Dude, my friends and I, so like Valdor and Shuma and I'll get together and we play the 40k commander decks all the time, and it's so fucking cool. And we're like building cool 40k themed Magic decks. It's sweet. Universes Beyond, regardless of what you might say about it, is actually super cool. All right, we'll put Swarmlord front and center. He's ready to go. What are you gonna do? Kill him? Get out of here. Yeah, you can't kill him. He's invincible. Can't be vinced.
I think I've vinced him twice.
Nah.
Go ahead.
Fake news. Never happened. Okay. I will put down. I really don't want to be Noisy Void. Where's the best place to not get Noisy Void? I think I'm sort of safe over here. You would have to... Yeah, I think we're probably okay in the back over here. So that's fine. We'll just put him there. Back to you.
Okay. We're going to put a unit of Noisy Boys over here. Bring the champion with them. Because as much as I love the Terminators, I don't think the Terminators on their own can do everything. They want to, but I don't think they can. Go ahead.
Cool.
I just got...
Yeah, I'm just doing the Venom Thropes. They're just going to hang out back here and do actions all game, I think. 2, 3. Okay, I'm done. It's all you.
Okay. Dark Apostle will hang out with Noise Marines and Terminators. If I did my spacing right, should be able to get them
Imperium propaganda. 12 points, chat. Somebody dropped 12 points. We got to get bigger predictions in that chat. What are you guys doing? What are y'all doing?
I just did.
Does nobody have tokens to predict with?
Good job, Chris. And then Lucius.
Old Luscious over here.
And we just pause time.
Who's the Warlord, by the way?
Warlord is the mop.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. The big roll.
Big roll.
Well, that's you, I guess. Fair enough.
I don't know if I wanted it.
I think you do. Data Scry Salvage is usually pretty good for a first player. Blue going first. Click start. There you go.
Anything else that we need to worry about before game starting?
Yeah, I have no pre-games.
I'm
not going to do anything. Start a battle round, so.
All right.
Well, good luck and stuff. Give you all a handshake. Handshake.
Yep.
There you go. And unpause. There you are. Oh, on you. There you go.
There we go. It's prayer. Illusory's application. Hey,
I hope this isn't a repeat of the game that we played last week. Where the custodians put a huge brick of dudes in the middle of the table and then said go on this map, and I died. I'm crossing my fingers. Let's make sure I get all of my tokens ready so I don't have to worry about things. I have Obsec from Swarmy. I have +1 to win from the Behemoth power. I have to remember to cast that. This is Chapter Master.
Just kind of waiting for us, actually. All right, cool. So the Warp Talons. What did we figure this one was? 12, yeah. So Warp Talons will go over here.
How was everybody's weekend, by the way? Hope everyone had a good one. We had some good times over at Midgard. If you missed the coverage, things got a little spicy a couple times. It's a lot of pretty weird rules calls having to be made, especially day 2. But highly recommend you go watch at least the day 2 games. The first game was actually really sick. Rounds 2 and 3 were they were okay. Some interesting stuff happened, but it was like largely sort of, you know, mid 40k GT kind of energy. And then the semifinals and finals were super cool. So you can go find those on YouTube. The VODs are all up, and I timestamped them and everything.
So what is my angle? A lot.
Are you trying to shoot Swarmlord?
Yeah, I was just trying to see what the...
He's bodyguarded right now.
Oh, right, Tyrant Guard.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, all right. Yellow advance. Good guys. Lovely 7 inches.
The real Chad move is just to like
Not
watch my opponent measure out all of these these threat ranges and be like, oh no, you can't target me. But I'm not gonna do that, chat. I'm a real boy. I think that maybe I shouldn't have taken banners here. Maybe I should have taken ritual. I don't know. I feel like I need all the smites to shoot at the big Terminator blob though. Also, I think that this Tyrant Guard and this Carnifex should maybe be swapped. This Carnifex should be in here, and the Tyrant Guard should be farther out.
Red guys.
Because then the Tyrant Guard have an easier move into the center ruin here. I feel like I'm missing a little bit. Because I would... Me occupying the center ruin is like sort of the end game.
Lucius.
That's the goal.
5 inches.
Oh, Luscious. With your 25 mil base. What a silly goose you are. Dude makes 8 attacks. He's an absolute filthy monster.
We need to push these guys out too far. And these ones we're just gonna...
He goes to 8 attacks, 3 damage. Oh my god.
3, 2, 7. Good enough.
You gotta watch out for that dense cover, though.
I know.
That's gonna be very
annoying
very
for me.
impactful, yeah, to you.
We're gonna move him 5 instead of 6, so that I can create a 5-inch bubble around him.
Less than a Screamer Killer. It's true. Screamer Killer better in melee than Lucius the Eternal, that's for sure. But Screamer Killer not a little tiny character on a 25 mil base. That's the other. Although Lucius, he's only like strength 6, right? Strength 5, yeah. He makes a lot of attacks, but the attacks themselves are, in terms of like on the spectrum of beatstick characters, the attacks themselves are pretty poopy.
Guys, you're really going.
Hilariously, he's really bad at killing neurothropes.
5.
He's like, I'll challenge you to a duel, and they're like, wub wub wub. Do you not understand duel? It's such a long advance to get these termagants.
The object is to keep my Terminators roughly 1.7 apart from each other in a gap.
So you can intervene?
Yep.
Yeah, these two, right?
Yep.
Cool. I gotcha. I mean, I'm also that. I guess like I could try to charge you with this Hive Tyrant, but I probably won't. That seems like it wouldn't be very useful.
Right. It's more so a, hey, if you're gonna do it, go ahead, but just know that my.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh, you've got to come further back. There we go. Dark Apostle apparently doesn't have much movement.
We got a tier and a GT win this weekend too. I'm gonna make that video today. I was gonna talk to Naz today, but I found it Adepticon. But I don't know if we were gonna be able to do that. But so I'll do a tier and a video instead. That sounds fun. I also let me know in what you think about this video idea, chat, because I went around Adepticon on Saturday, and I took a bunch of like demos and video footage of different games happening. So like Shatterpoint, I have to read the card. Let's see. I talked to the Geogenesis guys, which actually Gav Thorpe and Andy Chambers, which is cool. I talked to Polyversal, which is like a miniature agnostic game. I went and talked to a bunch of different games, and I want to do a showcase of all the indie games from Adepticon that like you haven't heard of before. And I think that would be sweet.
Yep. 5 up, feeling the pain. On a 6, we get it.
Nice.
On the Termies.
Nice.
+1 toughness or strength on a 6. We get it on a 9. Do I think you're going to get into them at all this turn? Probably not. I don't think you want to send Gene Stealers into Warp Talons.
Do I not?
Sure.
I don't know. I kind of do.
We'll put them on the Terminators. And just +1 toughness.
Yep.
And then there's nothing for me to pack the flesh. Nothing for me to smite. Shooting phase. We just have the 2 Blastmasters currently into the Tyrant Guard squad.
Sure. I'm -1 to be hit from these Venom Tropes.
Yes, you are. And this Blastmaster can't see anything, and this Blastmaster, I don't think can see them either. So.
The yellow one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a huge wall in his way.
Yep. So we'll go 3 shots from. We'll go purple first. Because purple has a more limited shot, I think, than orange does. So on 3s. On 3s, I think, because you're T5? Yeah. T6.
T6.
So 3, 1 AP4, 2 AP3.
Okay. AP3. One goes through. The other one also goes through, so guy dies. That sucks.
Mm-hmm. And then orange. 3 hits. 2 wounds, 1 AP4, 1 AP3.
Oh, lame. So the big one, good. The little one, good. Nice.
All right. So I hold 3 points, so I get a Dorn. I didn't kill anything in shooting. And I get 2 for Data Scry, and it's overdue.
Cool. Alrighty, let's do some tokens. We'll put that there. I'll just put bonuses on the Carnifexes, because I'm probably not going to be able to reroll against your Terminators. And we're rolling. Yeah, that's fine. All right, this guy's going to advance. That's the important one. 6, nice. Just go on the edge of this objective here.
Yep. Actually, before you get too close, I'm going to turn the measure movement on for all my guys.
You suffer difficult, right?
Yeah.
So I'll be towing on, so you have to go through difficult to charge me.
Okay.
The Termagants over here will advance. 2, that's not very good. I think they're just gonna go this way. Give this guy character protection. We'll tow a couple into the cover just to get the bonus.
Seems fair.
And those guys will be in vents, so that'll be super good for me. Excited about that. These Tyrant Guard will advance 4, they can go 10 or 11, sorry. Yeah.
They get +1 movement.
Yeah, they have adrenal glands.
Oh, okay.
Do we go here? You just charge me? I'll just chill here for a bit. I'm not going to be inside that terrain.
I mean, still like a 9-inch charge.
Yeah, there's going to be other stuff over there, though.
6-inch charge if you kill a Terminator this turn.
We'll see if I do. Gene Stealers will just move.
Seems like you're avoiding my noisy voice.
Do this kind of thing. Actually, let me pull them back for a sec. I'm gonna advance the Tyrant Guard there first.
Okay.
Just see what they do. 5. Okay, cool. So they go 12. I'll go there and cover. Two, 4, 8. Nice. Oh, sorry. Do you mind if I just shuffle the Venom Thrips first? I didn't realize that guy in the back was trapped. Just do that. And then this guy would move 2 and done. Okay. All right. Then the Gene Stealers will move.
Holy crap! I kind of wish I was watching my team members' game for Tryhard. Demons versus Space Wolves.
Ooh, spicy.
We figured the Space Wolves were going to be so hard into him that it was just going to be a game. And I guess right now it's battle round 3 and the Bloodthirster hasn't lost a single wound.
Oh, jeez. Where'd my siphons go? Sorry. We'll put one here so I can do the support stuff, and then we'll put one on... Doesn't really matter. Did I forget to put a Neuro Parasite in this list? I think I did. I'm so good at this game. Oh, it's on the guy who's going to do an action. That's fine. It's not that I forgot to do it. I just put it on somebody who's not very useful right now. I will then do the second one on... Doesn't really matter. This guy. Okay. The Carnifex here is gonna peek around the corner, so he can shoot these guys, or at least purple. He can shoot purple or the Terminators if he wants to.
Forget about that.
Will move over here. Something like that. These guys will advance. 4, so they go 11. You want to charge them with Noise Marines? Be my guest.
So is Mortar Womb Span just kind of dead in this list, or?
Man, I do have 4 Psychers.
I know, but you're not running your big guy that throws out all of the mortal wounds. Also, like.
Oh yeah, he's not very good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing. You can't cast him. Like, you can't put any buffs on that guy anymore. So, like,
oh,
you can give him the 3d6 thing, and you give him +1 to cast once per game, but that's it. The thing he used to do was like, because he used to be able to cast imperatives on him if he was in High Fleet Leviathan. You can't do that anymore. Just do that.
I haven't followed up with the Tyranids. I just kind of, when I'm against them, ask, hey, oh, how did the time stay on me?
This guy will just chill with this dude and be in link of everyone, and that is my movement. So this guy can only see the Terminators, unfortunately. But it is what it is. All right, we'll do... I guess everybody advanced here. That's unfortunate. I guess we could... I want my Catalyst. So do a banner here, banner here. Yeah, I don't have a good way to do the thing. I'll do the mission with the Venom Throat. Oh, I could just do it with the Carnifex. Yeah, I'll do the mission with the Carnifex and banner with the Venom Throat. So he's not going to shoot because he would only shoot Terminators that he wouldn't wound anyway. All right. Let's do some Psychic Phase, so he can't do anything because he's casting powers. He's doing action. The Hive Tyrants, this guy will just do a smite into the big unit. Bloop. Fails. Psychic Scream goes off, so they take D3.
Okay.
Three mortal wounds. I'll just do Sworn Lord while you're doing that. He'll do a smite. That sucks. Yeah, I'll fail it. Jeez,
And the Terminator.
And then Paroxysm also fails. Jesus Christ. Okay. Wow. All right. And then we'll do this guy down here. He'll do Catalyst. Goes off. He'll do +1 to wound. Goes off. They'll both go on this unit. That was a really shitty Psychic Phase. Holy shit. All right. We'll do shooting.
You got
the Hive Tyrant. I would just shoot the Carnifex at the purple squad.
Okay.
Pew. Hitting on 4s because there's a forest. Rerolling because of Stormlord. Didn't matter. Wounds on 2s. 2 wounds, AP 3.
So let's do 6s. Nope. Damage.
4.
2 each or 4 each?
4 each, yeah. This Hive Tyrant, I guess we'll also shoot that unit. Miss 1. 2s. Just 1.
AP?
3.
Got it. No, I didn't. 3. What am I thinking?
Oh, yeah. No Armor of Contempt anymore. Get out of here. That's just my turn, so I'll just pass it.
Right.
And morale on that guy? Probably fine, right?
Leadership 9, so they have to lose.
Keep it on me for a bit, just because it was on you. So I'll get 2.
Let's see if we get Supplication. We do.
Nice.
That's twice this game.
That was a really shitty Psychic Phase, champ. I thought I was going to kill 2 or 3 Terminators there. I definitely would have taken the gunshots and the Terminators if I had killed a couple.
Can't see much with these guys.
Actually, I maybe should have anyway. Killing 3 Norse Marines doesn't do anything.
Now, or ours, because of the mission, because of AppSec. So, what happens if I put these guys here? What do we see? We can maybe go for them. We can't really get the Tyrant Guard. I don't really want to go into the Tyrant Guard yet, I don't think. So I think we do that. I think we're in an awkward spot where
I'm going to run my clock for about
going to not do much
2 or 3 more minutes, and then I'll push it back.
Or do we go? Send the CP, send them that way, and then send the Warp Talons forward. Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, I'm going to do my +1 to cast this turn, by the way.
Okay. Warp Talons there. 1 CP on yellow. 2 auto advance 6.
Also get a 5+ against mortals if he wants to do the strat on me. Let's go. I don't know how I kill this Terminator, Brick Chat. It's really good profile against me. I'm really finding, like... I feel like I'm just hitting really, like, the worst possible matchups for this list. Which is good. I don't think I'm going to play this list anymore. I think it feels like the bad matchups hard counter it so hard that it doesn't feel like it's worth playing, really. It's really good into, like, some random stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that just dumps through it.
Just leave them off. So they'll stay there.
I really need my Mortal Wounds to do more damage than the...
lovely little
than the regeneration
option on them.
Repairs.
We'll put green over here. We'll have the Blastmaster on terrain so that he can still shoot this direction. This Blastmaster. So, what's the range? 22.
I might take some time this week too. So I registered for Black Crusade Open, and I got paired into the last Black Crusade winner, who I played in the semifinals, who was playing Astra Militarum, and I think I'm just going to scoop the game. Playing Astra I registered Screamer Killers, and playing that matchup against Astra Militarum is so ridiculously unwinnable that it doesn't feel like it's worth playing out. I'm like racking my brain. I was like, is there anything I can do to beat that matchup? And I literally don't think that there is. Like all my opponent has to do is literally nothing for the first like 2-3 turns. Kill all those screens that I have with mortars, and then Barbican's key. He kills like 400 points, 400 or 500 points of models, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess that's GG.
There.
Because I can't anything in my opponent's line of sight just dies. So I think I just scooped that one. But I'm like racking my brain to see if there's like an answer. Maybe it's like playing Hormigons or something. I kind of want maybe play some of the more aggressive stuff. It's got the fight last on Lucius over here. I could failed my paroxysm too. It's so crappy. Ah! Frustrating. It's okay. That's how Psychic works. Alright, I'm gonna pass back. That is how Psychic be sometimes.
Move you guys up 6.
Feel good about taking this hit on the chin from the Terminators if I have the -1 to wound and 5-up damage ignore is pretty good, but I think with both it's with just the one it's not quite as exciting. But I am OBSEC.
What are we going into? OBSEC +1 to wound. Catalyst is
5-up damage ignore.
okay. I'm just moving them over because I'm going to go that direction.
Okay.
So that I'm not standing on your stuff. Because I think we're going to go.
Actually, they're just like cursed weapons, right? How many? We have a bunch of power fists. We have like 4. Maybe it's fine. But it's not that many power fist attacks. It might be okay. We just have to not fail a bunch of saves like we did last turn against the shooting.
Something like that. That's all of them to see that one.
It's weird that they get like 4 different subfaction abilities, right? Because they're like
1/7
+1 to hit, ignore penalties,
4/3
rending. I guess the +1 to hit's a Slanesh thing.
gives me a 9-inch charge. I don't like that. So we'll just go like right over here. I like a 6-inch charge much better. Just get bloody. Why not? All right, that's it for movement. Hold on, maybe not. Yes, that's it for movement. All right, 6 for Feel No Pain. Does not go off. We'll spend a CP to reroll it.
Okay. There you go.
6 for Mutated Invigoration.
Nice.
We'll hit him Toughness again. And then 5 for Heal him out. Bring him out of back. Copy, paste. Terminator. All right. So for Psychic. Shooting phase. We'll pick up the Gene Stealers, hopefully?
I hope not.
36 bolter shots?
They'll be fine.
Or 40 shots.
What's the worst that could happen?
3s. 6 is exploding. Not that 5. 4s, right?
Yeah, T4. Yeah.
And then 7 of them were AP1, but...
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're all in ones.
Okay. So that's it for Terminators. Blastmasters, we will go... You have Tyrant Guard near that one?
Yep.
Yeah. So we have to try to pick these up in... All right, so we'll start with teal into venom throats.
Mm-hmm.
3 shots, no explosions. Rerolling 1s because of Lucius. 3 hits. On 3s. 2 AP, 1 AP3, 1 AP4, damage 4.
This is in the venom throats?
Yep.
So AP3, so one guy dies. Just pull this guy. Pull the guy who's not out of coherency.
And then AP4.
Yeah, I can't say that one. It just goes through.
Oh, okay. So then 2 die. Damage 4 each.
Is it?
Yep.
It's range 48?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
And teal was over here, so.
Why do I fucking play this game? Fucking 4 damage
so
guns, chat.
That's teal.
I think I might have.
Green can no longer see venom throats.
Jesus,
so now
I forgot
we can
how
go
broken this unit was. God damn
Tyrant
it.
guard. Same thing, heavy shots.
So stupid.
On 3s, rerolling 1s because of Lucius. And then 3s, I believe. So 3, 1 AP3, 2 AP4.
Jesus. All right. AP4s on the cover guys.
Yep.
1 goes through. Still 4.
Yep, 4 damage on that one still.
Well, he dies. I don't know why it rolled weird, but it did. And the other guy. Good.
All right, so that's green. Then we'll go red. Rerolling 1s. Then 3s. 1 AP3.
Ew. Can we not? It's on 1. Yeah, that was my last game with this army chat. I'm just getting hard countered all up in here. That's so bad.
I guess we'll go Tyrant.
In my head, these were 3 fucking damage. I forgot they went to 4.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
We'll go into them still. 3 shots.
Oh my god. I'm gonna salt out a little bit.
Or T5s on these?
T6.
T6, yeah, 3 shots. Rerolling 1s. 2 hits. 2 wins. 1 AP4, 1 AP3.
So starting in cover. Good. It's a big one. Good.
All right, and then blue. Yes, rerolling 1s. Yes. At the 5-inch bubble. 2 AP4s.
Okay. If you could stop rolling 6s, that'd be great. In cover, he's dead. And the next guy. No, he's dead too. So see if the second one dies. No, takes 1.
Nice.
Yeah, take 1.
That's it for shooting.
Yeah, it's probably the
charges. We'll
ignore
start
box,
with the
for
master
sure.
executions. He's a 7. Gets a 10.
Glad he didn't go
So
for the
we'll
narrow
go,
throat.
like,
That would have been bad.
7
My opponent got 8.
and like
Yeah, I think we're also just going second on Data Scry.
then Terminators.
It's going on second on Data Scry into a list that hard
Spend
counters
1
mine.
CP for these ones,
It's
so
just
that they can honor the
frustrating.
prince. So D6 plus 6 for 12 inches.
At the Tyrant Guard?
Yep.
Cool.
And kind of messed that up, I think. So that's all right. We'll pay for our mistakes because we're playing too quick.
I also
because we
think,
have to.
yeah, it's probably... It would be fine if I wasn't playing an army composed entirely of 4 wound models.
Yeah, you get
That's the part
no
that's like very
idea.
frustrating.
On your own.
But again, I'm like running a skew. It's getting hard countered a bunch of times.
Too far to charge. Nowhere to make it around. All right, cool. That's it for charges. Fight phase will start with the master.
I can't kill it with
execution.
shooting, chat, unfortunately, because it's too strong. It
6 shots.
has 2 ablative hits, and then it
Hitting
takes
on
2
twos,
venom
we run
cannons
all
to kill it
'cause of
possible.
the-
He's kind of invincible.
Relic. So we're just gonna reroll everything that's on a 6. That'll be 2, 4, 6 mortals on top of.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna bite on death.
Okay.
It's 6 on top of 2.
Two of them at AP3, damage 2 each.
Okay, so 5s. Make 1, 2 damage. Take 1, and then 6 mortals?
Yep.
So I took 1 from that, and then the first 2 kill a guy. The next guy takes... So he's dead. Oh, that wasn't very good. And then the
6
next
total.
guy takes 1. Okay. Or 2.
It could be 6 total wounds, yeah.
Yeah, so he... 3 and 3. Yeah, because he was down 1. 3
Yep.
and 3.
So that one can...
Alright, so he
Validate.
fights. Yeah, that was super shitty. I shouldn't have fought on death there. I thought you were going to do more damage than that.
I kind of did too.
He can only hit a Terminator, so I guess we'll do that.
Okay.
I have 4 big claws.
On 4s only, no rerolls. Yep.
And I wound on 3. Oh, I wound on 4s because you're T5 now, right?
And -1 to wound.
Jesus Christ. And then the little claw does wound. AP1 though. Oh, I'm just rolling so bad. That sucks.
All right, so then Terminators, back to me. Yep.
2 CP for no damage. Awesome. I'm not in the right headspace to play today, I think, chat. This is not good. That was so shitty. I thought he was gonna wipe me and I could like just kill the MOE, but I can't now. I just wasted 2 CP for literally nothing.
Something like over here should get me within a half.
Fuck. I should have fought on death here, I guess, but that still probably wouldn't have done. Yeah, I should have fought on death here.
I guess not.
Jesus Christ.
So I guess these 2. Actually,
I thought he was gonna kill 2. I thought he was gonna kill 2, and then I would get to swing.
So I can move this guy.
I would still only get to swing 1 on him. Yeah.
So then this
he
is
needed
the
to
only one
wipe
that
it for
doesn't
that to
fight.
make sense. This was just,
So
I
that'll
think,
be 5 power fists.
I shouldn't kick myself. That was the right move. He rolled the worst possible sequence of dice for this to happen.
Strength. Ooh. Right button. And then strength 8 is 3s.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be 5, 1 AP4.
So these are 3s, yeah?
Yep.
So 5 up. So 2 each.
2 each.
So the wounded guy is dead. The other guy, it takes 1, and then the last hit is good.
Okay. Then we get 7 chain fists. All hit. 2 wound, 1 AP4, 1 AP5.
AP4 goes through, and then I'll just roll the other one. No, I don't know why I rolled it, because I can't save that one. So just roll me damage.
First one is 1 damage.
And then also, so 4
3
damage. So here's 3. Here's 4th. So I took 2 down to 1. Gotta kill me with the maces.
Yep, then we get... There's 8 total attacks from them. On 3s. Then strength 5, so force. Right?
T6.
T6.
Are you not strength 6?
No, there's only +1 strength on the curse weapon, I believe.
Yeah, but aren't you strength 5 base? Because of this
No,
thing?
4 base. It's only +1 toughness.
Oh, weird. All right, so just 2.
2, 1 AP3, 1 AP4.
So AP3 goes through, saves. AP4 saves. All right, let's go.
All right. So then you get the fight with both of your guys.
No, just this guy.
No, both. You get fight on death.
No, we're playing Tyranids. Our fight on death sucks.
Oh, is it really per activation?
Yeah, I fight on until the unit attack me is finished. I'm fighting. I fight on death.
That's really dumb.
Yeah, turns out my codec's really bad. Yeah, until the attacking units model has finished making its attacks. Okay. I'm attacking the MOE though, so 4 hits. Wins you on 2s.
Go strength 8.
Yeah. So AP 4 on those. You have an invuln?
Yep, 4 up and boom. Damage.
1. And then I have
Okay.
Scything Talons. Cool.
Take 4.
All right. And then the little ones. What if I just get him here? I'll be like, I'll feel good about myself. 2 hits, 2, 3s. No, 2s. And +1 to wound. Let's go. 2 wounds. AP 1. Fail 1. Silver play. Yay.
I'll spend the CP to reroll that, I guess.
So there's reroll, and then you need 1 more. Yay. All right. Well, that was lucky. I was feeling sad that my Tyrant Guard weren't doing much, but then they survived and killed a guy, so I can't feel sad anymore.
Yep, and then he doesn't need leadership, right?
What's up?
He doesn't need leadership, right?
Correct. And I have to see if I eat your guy. I do. So I get a command point, and Cranial Feasting goes up for 6.
All right. Well, that's the end of my turn, so I'll do scoring while you start.
Yep. So I'm Obsec here, so I hold this.
Yep.
And then I'll hold it at the start, and then I'll make him Obsec again, so I continue to hold it.
Yep. Start 2 there. We get a banner. We have no assassination. Okay. And so you hold 3, right?
I will. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. Wow, that was pretty lucky. So you have a 6-inch intervention for 1, right, on the carriers?
Yep. Correct.
And the idea is you can get through. Can he get through here or not?
Should be able to get around to within 3.
But if I go like there, he can't get me. Oh, this is okay. I don't know what is going on with that. But he could move 6, so he would have to go this way. So within 3. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yep. All right. So what we're gonna do is give them +1 to hit and re-roll 1s.
What happened to his bubble?
I'll put Chapter Master. I don't know. That'll be there. I'll put Chapter Master on this Carnifex. The Venom Thrip doesn't need morale because he's next to a Synapse guy. I'm in Nerathrip Imperative this turn, and I score 2 banners. 3 banners. Okay. Let's do... These go away. This stays here.
Oh, and I didn't score a Dorn.
5.
We killed something in shooting. We did not kill a unit in melee.
Did you kill a unit in shooting? Oh, the Gene Sailors. Yep, you did.
Yep.
You for sure did. For sure, you did.
And that one guy staying alive on 1 wound cost me a point.
Yeah.
It actually cost me 2 points.
Yeah, that was a big swing. That was like an 8-point swing, that guy staying alive.
Yeah.
And then also, because he killed that, it ended up being 14. So these guys have to go fight a bunch of noisy boys right now. That's what we're saying. And then this is locked for the time being. Is there a way I could get over to a reasonable place? Not where I don't get fucking annihilated by Lucius.
Is your Nerathrop OBSEC?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess this also would be locked for all the good it's gonna do me. Do these Tyrant Guard just fight some Chaos Terminators? I guess they do. I don't really need to give them any rerolls or anything because they don't need it. So I may as well. Okay. Might lose this objective, which is fine. And then those guys are going to get the buffs. Yeah, I think that's also fine. Cool. So let's go and do stuff. The Venom Thrope is just going to tow on the objective in the side here and do the mission action. This Nerathrop. So they're T6 right now, right?
Yep. I know. Yeah, the T5 with -1 to wound.
T5. Yeah. What I mean is that I need 6s to Neuroparasite them. These guys are going to advance. 2. So they can go 6 through the train. Just going to go over here. If there's a universe where I was supposed to charge with these guys. Probably is. But I'm not going to do it. Feels like too much effort. Okay. These guys will move 5 inches. Because of the terrain.
Don't forget, if you fall back, I can either shoot or consolidate with.
Oh yeah, we're not falling back.
Okay.
Fall back. That's a coward's move. These guys are gonna advance.
Okay.
Right, we'll go 2. So I go 9. No obsec here, right?
Cultists are OBSEC.
Are they?
Yes. I learned that the hard way after losing my alpha game. Turns out, if I had played with them being OBSEC like I was supposed to be, I would have been up 3 points and the game ended with a 2-point difference. So, I was very upset about that.
Interesting.
Yeah, for some reason I also thought that they weren't OBSEC.
Yeah, I could have sworn. I know like the World Eaters ones randomly are, but I thought the other guys were not.
No, it's the it's the ones that are in Thousand Suns that are not. Is where we got it from.
Oh. Huh. That's very confusing.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. This Carnifex is gonna peek out over here. This one wants to see the purple unit. And then these guys, I think, will just fight some Chaos Terminators. Yeah, Swarmy will come hang out, and this guy will come hang out, and we'll see what happens.
All right.
Okay. Oh, this guy's having to shoot, you know. Guess he could just shoot at Noise Marines. Doesn't feel good, but it is something. No, I think he's actually gonna keep doing he's gonna do the action again.
Okay.
I'm gonna advance this guy. Okay. So he'll just go here.
Try to get into the fight last.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. This guy will advance. Here, MOP's over there. Cool. Okay. Psychic phase.
Yep.
I'll do a smite from this Hive Tyrant. Goes off on an 8.
Okay.
Into terms for 1. He'll do a scream. Goes off on an 8 again.
Terminator, save it.
1 more on the Terminators. This guy will do a Neuroparasite on a 9. On 6s, take mortals. 1 more mortal. And then a smite. Jesus Christ, dude. Smite goes off on a 6.
That was double 2, so that's
For
a
1
smite.
more. Sure.
You get mortals back.
1 more mortal on you.
And I save mine.
Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
And how many do you take?
I took all 3. That's ludicrous.
That was ludicrous.
I can't believe that just happened, dude. I'm rolling so bad. Alright. Swarmlord will smite on a 10. Didn't super. Yep. For 1 more mortal. 4x1 mortals. Let's go.
Took it.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, he'll heal this guy for 1 then. He'll do a Neuroparasite on a 7.
Yep.
I don't know if you can deny me. No. We'll just... Or not Neuroparasite, Paroxysm on them. Dude, that was unreasonably bad.
Other -1 the wound now.
Yeah, and then this guy will do onslaught. Did it on these guys.
Yeah.
Catalyst did it onto the SM unit, and then he'll do could cast again if we wanted for +1 to wound. I'll do that. I don't know why I rolled so many dice. I guess I'll just say I failed. Take a mortal. Okay. That was so bad. Holy shit. Shooting. What the fuck? This Carnifex will shoot the 2 guys over here. With full rerolls. 2 hits. Wounds on 2s. 2 wounds. AP3. Yeah, get out of here.
Yep, gone.
The Hive Tyrant will shoot the orange unit, I guess. Yeah. 2 hits on 2s. 2 wounds. AP3.
2 dead.
Yay.
I'm assuming damage 2 at least.
It's 3 or 4. Yeah. All right, and then we're charging. I have 2 CP, so Stormlord will charge the Terminators. Go over here, like this. I'll do Mortals on the charge. 2+ for 3 Mortals to the unit. The other guy will charge. Oh, jeez. I don't know, man. I'm like ready to scoop at this point. This is insane. So he'll just charge in, and then the Tyrant Guard will charge in. That was like like 7 out of 8 5-ups.
Something like that.
And after I rolled 4 1s on damage. Okay.
That just means I'm going to do terrible in combat.
I only moved 2 inches because I touched the terrain, so we'll just do this. All right, fighting. We'll see if the Venom Thropes ping you. They do, so you fight after all my guys, and you take them another mortal. Oh, these guys need to charge. They're gonna charge. So I could charge here, and then Lucius. I'll just put a little proxy guy down.
Yeah, Lucius would be able to heroic.
He could heroic. It costs you a CP, and he has to go this way. So he would make me fight last, basically, is the idea.
Yeah.
He could go 2, and 2, and 3. So I think we could make it so he doesn't actually get himself in. But he could make me fight last. And that would be sad. Or we just go with these guys. But if I can't take that objective away, fighting more guys seems more better. What does this charge? An 8? And the champions have fists, right? And then everybody else just has swords.
Yeah, it's 13. It's 13 sword attacks, 4 power fist attacks, and 3 Blastmaster bumps.
I think we just go for it. I'll charge both.
Okay.
9. So we'll do this. Basically staying as far away from Lucius as we can. This guy will base you over here. And these guys will sort of hang out over here. Just want to make sure we can get multiple guys to fight if we need to. So we might need to do like this kind of thing. Okay, we'll do that.
Oh, what's better? let the Terminators die through attacks and or pay 2 CP for them to fight on death, and honestly, I think those Terminators are just going to be shredded anyway, and I don't think they're going to do enough because the Swarm Lord and High Tyrant are there with no characters to. Yeah, we'll spend 1 for the Heroic.
Okay.
Martyr. We'll let the Terminators go. See what happens. So that's 1-5. That is 2-5. That is 3 inches. Did not get into combat.
Yeah, I pre-measured, so he was out. So he could make me fight last, but he couldn't fight me.
Yeah.
Unless I move closer, which I won't.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll still make him fight last.
Cool. Love it. All right. So that means you guys just swing first, right? Because then they are fight first. And then these guys are on normal. So all the chargers will go. Or I guess we'll alternate my guys and these guys, and then these guys will go, and then my guys will go. Oh, no, my guys will alternate with you, but you'll go first. All right. I will swing the Tyrant Guard at you. Right?
Okay.
Or do I swing a Tyrant? Yeah, nobody die. I don't know. It's like 12 mortal wounds. It's like 2 damage. I will. Yeah, I'll just swing the Tyrant Guard. Doesn't matter at this point. I don't think I can win this game. Let's go fight. Go get him. And I failed my +1 to wound. Awesome. So I'm rolling so good. Feeling good. Rolling good. Everything's great. So they will get 20 big attacks. 4s and 4s. 5 on your invuln, and then I'll just roll their little attacks. They get 10 of those. 4s and 4s.
Fail all the invulns.
And then 4 more at AP1 on 3-ups.
And then what's the damage on these?
It's all 1.
Okay.
Just a ton of 1 damage attacks. Well, at least your saves aren't very good, so that's good.
You said 4, you said?
Yep.
On 3s. So those are fine.
Cool.
And these are 5s.
Yep. We got 2 guys. And then you can go with a Noisy Boy squad.
Yep. So we'll go with Red Squad.
That guy. Cool.
Yep, everyone will get in. So 4 Power Fists, 3 rolling 1s because of Lucius.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s. 2 AP3, 2 AP4.
Okay. AP3 on 5s. And then AP4 on 6s. Yeah. 2 go through, 4 damage, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Take 3. And back.
3. 13 chain swords. Come on, get out of here. 2s, rerolling 1s.
And
then
5s.
5s, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
AP2.
AP2.
1 goes through. Do I take it? I do. So 1 gets it.
And then 3 Blastmaster bumps.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
3 hit.
Oh my god,
2
the
AP1.
6s. Holy shit. We're good there. And then I'll swing with something.
Yep.
I'll just do the. Let's just do this Tyrant. Into the Terminators. I'm not gonna do any strats or anything. He has 6 attacks on 4s because your thing. And then on 3s, re-rolling. 3 on your invuln.
Normally 2s.
Yeah, he's strength 10.
Okay. Fail 1 damage.
3. These fucking dice jam.
Kill
Oh
one.
my god. Okay, he'll just go and just space that dude, I guess. He could go around, I guess, a little bit.
And then I don't really need to do anything with these guys. So 4 power fists.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because no one's injured. Yeah, no one's injured.
Yep.
I'll hit 3 wounds.
Okay.
AP3.
Yay. Take 1. All right, well.
13 swords.
I like your dice box. Use your dice box. Oh my god.
So 4 AP2.
So these are on 3s. These are on 4s. And 5s. One guy takes 3. Oh, he's dead. Oh, because he took 1 from the power fist.
Yep. And then 3
That's
bumps. I'll hit 1 wound, AP1.
Yeah, that saves. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
So that is
Tonight you're on Swarmy.
the Swarm Lord has to go, yeah. So he'll go up a little bit. Swing a bunch. These guys don't have enough attacks to kill both units now, which is sad. So they will... They'll just kill 1, yeah. So we'll reroll wounds on Swarm Lord. He has all these attacks on 4s. Oh my god, dude. Okay. That's 3.
That's 2 damage.
3 each.
So first one. Takes 2.
Yeah, and then does he just die?
And then second one.
Yay, we got him.
You got. We'll take this one so you can't consolidate onto the.
Yep. And then he'll just go like this off the terrain. And
That's
just
it.
that dude.
And then you've got your Tyrant Guard.
These guys, yeah. So they'll come hang out like this. We'll just swing everything onto blue, I guess. So 9, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, wounding on 2s. So that is 7 AP4, and then the little attacks, hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s. Oh, jeez. 3 AP1.
So these are 4s.
Yay, we did it.
10 total wounds, kills a
That
squad.
guy's brain. No, we don't. Okay. And then we can just come touch these guys, I guess.
Yep.
Get on the
Just
enemy terrain.
not-
Okay.
And then Terminators will put. I guess we'll put 1 on Swarmy, 2 on this Tyrant Guard, and then these 3 on these Tyrant Guard.
Okay. What weapons do they have?
So these 2 are a Power Fist and a Chain Fist. So Power Fist will be 3 attacks onto the 1 wounded guy.
Yep. Just remember your -1 to wound.
Yep. So these will be, instead of 3s, 4s, doesn't do it. And then Chain Fist will be 2 hits, 1 wound, AP4.
Yeah. Goes through. How much damage? I guess he just dies, right? That's the wounded guy.
He doesn't have a Fatal Pain?
No, the Philippines over here.
So then, yeah, he dies.
Cool.
Then you get 3 attacks on Swarmy,
I got a cranial.
2, 2, AP3.
Okay. 4 ups. He buries it.
Takes 2.
No, he zeros the first failed saving throw.
Oh, right. And then 2 or 3, 6, 9, or no, one of those is the champion. So 6 Power Fists, 1 and then 4 Chain Fists.
Yep.
Power Fists. I'll hit.
Good
5.
thing we weren't exploding this round.
Yeah, that'd be really bad for you.
Yeah. So 4. This is on the
AP3.
Tyrant Guard.
Yep.
And these are fists.
Yep, fist, 2 damage.
Well, they'll go through. It's unfortunate.
So that kills 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4 chain fists. I'll hit. 1 wound, AP 4.
Good.
All right.
Nice. All right. Do they need morale?
They lost 4, so they're good because of leadership 10 from the champion.
And then my guys need morale. They're good. They rolled a 1. Okay.
Do these ones need morale? No?
Yeah, that was the one.
Oh, okay.
Everyone else is in synapse.
All right. You do your scoring.
Yeah, I only get... So this drops on your command phase. And then I only get 1 data scry. That was really, really bad rolling. That was so
now
bad.
I hold 4.
Yep.
Oh, at the end of your turn, I killed a unit in melee. I hold more objectives, and then on my turn, I get 3 banners.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
I get hold more.
Yeah, I think that's game. That was so bad. I averaged about 12 mortal wounds. I averaged about 8 mortal wounds in that unit, and I did 1. I think. And that meant that none of my models could touch the objective. That was just awful. Oh my god. Well, I should have gotten like 1.5 from the neurothrope, right? 3 from the strat. So it's like its average is like 3.5, I guess, from the strat.
These guys get to move 4 inches.
And then I smited between smite and psychic scream. I got 4x2 mortal wounds, so I should have gotten another 8. So 8, 13. I should have gotten 13 mortal wounds, and he saves a third of those. So he saves 4.5. So I should have gotten 9-ish mortal wounds on the unit, and I got 2 mortal wounds. And I failed my +1 to wound, so these guys didn't wound as well as they should have. Oh my god.
Both of these now are sticky.
I don't know what to do, chat. I don't know what you do against those dice. And then Swarmlord missed 6 attacks. You know, sometimes the dice just say you're not going to win the game. Yeah, just whatever. Oh well. I killed 4 Terminators. It's insane. Oh well. Frustration. I did not know those cultists were objective secured. I don't think I would have. I lose like 5 points immediately if I don't obsec that one dude, which is unfortunate. And there is a universe where I kill enough of these guys that the obsec doesn't matter anymore. What I probably should have done is gone around and charged the Terminators with the Termagants. I don't know where that charge would have gotten me though. Like maybe I get this guy out. I charge this way, but it would have been longer, so I could get obsec to this objective. But I don't think I could do that. Yeah, I just needed to kill the Terminators, and I just rolled so fucking bad. I don't know, chat.
Swarmlord, he's just not gonna die right now. I think it's better to just kill this middle stuff and maybe try to tie.
Yeah, we're just getting tabled here, I think. We're like tabled next round, probably.
Maybe that's where we're at? I think that's where we're at. Alright. Psychic phase. Actually, I'm gonna move my master possession. Does that get him close enough? No, he's got to come out of the wall. So we'll put him over here.
Regardless, is a fun experiment, but I don't think it's very good at the end of the day. I wonder what I go back to, because I'm also not feeling Screamer Killers right now, just because of the...
Oh, come on.
Just because of the... Oh, I'm going to do my imperative.
There we go.
I'm gonna do my Hive Tyrant imperative this turn, by the way.
Which one's that one?
Fall back in church.
Okay.
I'm not feeling Screamer Killers because of the Militara matchup, but I think I don't think Tyranids can win the Militara matchup. I just think it's functionally impossible.
And we actually nope, we're still out of denies. Good. So 5 up, feel no pain. Goes off.
So, like, is it worth
Plus
worrying about? I don't know.
Strength, I think, is the better route to go. Make them strength 9.
Yeah, the Tyrant Guard were mostly like for
Yeah.
the memes, honestly. And I think like they were really good the first couple times I played
No,
it, but
they're both
I don't think I hit these like horribly bad matchups.
Because that'll help negate that -1 the wound. And then 5 up to bring someone back. We do. And we'll bring back not an accursed weapon, but a power fist. Somewhere like there. That's fine. I don't care. All right. Shooting phase. Orange into Venithrope. Does he have an invuln?
No.
Okay, 3 shots. 2 hits.
Maybe
2 wounds.
dead.
1 AP3, 1 AP4. All right. Goodbye, fight last. You can't see anything that's not in combat. You can't see anything that's not in combat. And you can't see anything that's not in combat. Okay, cool.
that turn was so bad. The game's about to
Charges
toilet
will
bowl
go
like so hard.
Lucius into Tyrant Guard. We're just gonna bump him in.
like I'm about to like lose all these models to the Terminators because the Terminators are basically unwounded. Because like 1,000 points of my army killed 3 models or whatever. Like, come on.
We're gonna go.
That's so. It's just funny at that point. Like, I don't know what you do.
It's not a mistake. That might be a mistake.
The only time you win the matchup for guard is you face a no-brain guard player
We'll
and beat him
challenge
on
into
primary.
Swarmy.
Yeah. That's not like actually beating the guard
No, they
matchup
won't.
though, right?
They realize it's a mistake.
Like playing against terrible players who
think
just
that's
give you
gonna
free
be
wins
it
is like
for
not really
charges.
an actual like victory.
Because there's nothing else that's really.
Because I would beat those models, those like armies. You know, I would beat those players regardless of what they're playing. The matchup doesn't really matter at that point.
Lucius will make your time.
You want to be able to beat somebody who's
and then we'll start with the Terminators.
like actually reasonable.
We'll slide over, and keep him out of there, keep him out of there, so that this way only the Swarmy can get in. We'll do these 2 into Swarmy, and then these all will go into the Tyrant Guard.
Was I
So
not engaged here?
What's that?
Was I not engaged here?
I pulled after he attacked.
Oh, okay.
So
then he's gonna intervene you if he's not engaged at the start of the fight phase.
Okay, then yeah, he can intervene.
Yeah. So I don't know if it changes anything with their consolidations. They'll just base a bunch of people. So I didn't realize he was out of melee. I thought there was still a guy within range.
Doesn't change the validations, but what I will do then is I'm gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4 into Tyrant Guard.
Yeah, I don't disagree, Chad.
Into Hive Tyrant.
Objective secure is like the way to go.
And we're gonna put both the Chain Fists into the Hive Tyrant.
Okay.
So 7 Chain Fist attacks.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget your -1.
So 3 is the hit. Rerolling from the Dark Apostle.
Yep.
And then these are strength 9, so force.
Yep. What's the +1 strength from?
We did integration instead for strength instead of toughness.
Oh, okay. It's just you pick. Cool.
Yep.
All good. So they will be on 4s, yeah.
Yep. So 1 AP4, 5 AP5.
Yeah, it's all my invuln. Just the 1. How much damage? Just 1. Okay.
1.
Take it. All right.
And then that was 4, 12 attacks.
5 turns. Like, let me do my best Terminator impression right here. Let's go.
Yeah. Pretty good Terminator impression, actually. So 3s, rerolling. 3 explosions.
That's a Terminator.
That's not what I wanted. And then these should be then strength 9, so
4s.
So 4.
Yep. These are on who? Sorry.
These are Tyrant Guard. So
Tyrant Guard.
3
Those
AP4.
AP4. So these are on 5s.
Yep.
So 1 guy's dead. Nobody's wounded. So 1 guy takes 2, and then these are on 6s. So they all die, unfortunately.
That's kind of what we were hoping for.
Yeah.
and then we'll leave that there. Then over here, we'll go Lucius, 8 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
On 2s, no rerolls, 2 explosions. Strength 5, so force.
Should be 5s because I'm T6.
Damn, so 2.
So big AP, right? So this is little AP.
Yep.
Goes through, and then big AP. This goes through, so one guy's dead. Doesn't really matter where I pull. We'll just do that.
Yep, and then we'll do Power Fists.
Yep.
2s, rerolling 1s. 2 explosions. Then 3s. 4. AP3.
One guy dies. Oh yeah, that's true. I do have a 5-up ignore on these guys. Let's see if he actually dies. Yeah, he takes 3, so he's alive on 1.
Okay. 13 chain swords. Rerolling 1s.
Yeah, Lucius is 3 damage, so it doesn't really matter against him. He'll kill me anyway.
5s. 3 AP2, 3 AP1.
AP1. Good. AP2. 2 go through. Or do they? They do. So it takes 2. No, he should have taken 3. Yeah, so he's dead.
And then Blastmaster.
I think I put him on 1 instead of 3. Put him on taken 1 instead of remaining 1.
Nothing.
Okay. So then he's fighting last, so it has to be over here.
Yep.
We'll just swing Swarmy. I will pay to reroll. And I'm gonna not miss 6 times. Oh, only 5. We're going up in the world. So then 3s rerolling. That many on your invuln save, please. 3 damage each.
First one.
He's alive. He's dead. He's alive. I don't want him too. All right, and then the other guy, unless you, yeah, you can't pull him out because I only killed 1.
Yep.
The other guy. Yeah.
Nice. Take this one and then put 1 on this one.
Oh wait, are you illusory supplicated?
No.
Oh shit! All right, so I need to roll 5 more times with Swarmlord. Rerolling. 5 more saves, please. Yeah, sorry. Thought actually, hold on 1 sec. I'm gonna pause real quick. Well, I'm gonna roll hit rolls on those again because I don't remember if any of them are 1s. Let me just see if I roll any 1s. Okay, no, I didn't. All right. I missed 5 times and I forgot if they had missed like naturally or because of the thing. All right.
So this should kill a guy. Does.
Yep.
Then fresh guy kills this one, and then the third one. All right, kills 3.
There you go. All right.
So now actually, I'll put this guy back over here.
Yeah, so you can probably pull this guy out now, right?
Yeah, because he didn't charge, so he doesn't get to activate.
Right, he doesn't get automatically activate. Yep. Exactly. And Swarmlord can go 3. Cool. All right, well, that's better. And then this Tyrant Guard. I can't do any cool strats, but he's got 3 big attacks. 2s and 2s. Yeah, he was charged this turn, so 2s. 3, AP4, so they just go through.
Yep,
and then the little attacks. 1 damage each. Rerolling 1s and 3s. 2 more wounds, AP1. So we killed 2 guys.
Killed 2 guys.
Love it. Let's see. You don't need morale. They don't need morale, but my guy needs morale. He lost 2. And he's fine again. Look at him go. What a fucking boss. What an absolute Chad.
So we still control this point?
Yes.
So that'll give me 2 for Adorn.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 for Data. And you.
Okay. I get hold 2. And 2 banners. And we're off. We are linked here. So let's drop. These are gone. I'm going to drop Chapter Master here. And this goes away in the psychic phase. I'll do objective secured on... See, not quite on him. I guess this Carnifex... Sure.
Oh, why is it on me again? I passed it.
I only have 1 CP. Yeah. I think this Carnifex is going to be my action monkey for a bit. All right. And then we're off. So I will... Now that I'm on fallback in charge this turn, I will fall back with this guy. I guess you could do the Slanesh strat if you want to. It just gives you a consolidate, right? Or you shoot me.
Right.
Do you shoot me at the end of my movement?
Yep. So.
Oh, but the.
There's no blast master in that unit.
So yeah, you shoot me with like 1 bolt gun. Okay. Go for it. The Swarm Lord needs to move such that that guy's within 6 inches, so he actually gets the benefit of the imperative, and he'll just
make sure you're not within an inch of the disciple for whatever it's worth.
Tyrant, we'll go in the middle.
Yep.
The this Carnifex is gonna move 3, 6, 8. The Neurothrope here just is gonna cast buffs.
So not doing the action for the turn.
This Carnifex will.
Oh, okay.
There's always another Carnifex, as they say. Termagants will move.
Remember, I do have a CP strat for units to heroic.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm going to engage those guys if they don't die.
Oh, okay.
I think I moved too far because I have to go through the terrain. Forgot the back end of this was in the terrain. Okay, let's do this. Good enough. They're going to shoot that unit of Terminators to death, and they're going to have so much fun with it. This guy will just tow. He'll do an advance. He loves doing an advance. 3. Okay. That's it for movement. We'll go Psychic Phase. This Siphon has to be on him because I think he was out of range to Siphon anyone else. This one will just be on him. Sure, that's fine. Psychic Phase. The Swarm Lord will be doing a smite, I guess.
Okay.
Goes off on a 7. Let me know if you want to deny. You can deny either of these guys.
Yeah, we'll deny that one.
Okay.
7's. 7 doesn't do it.
Okay. D3 to the Dark Apostle 1. So just kills the little guy, maybe. And then he'll do a Scream, I guess. The other guy can Horrify. Does that matter? Not really. We'll do a Paroxysm. Goes off on a 10.
Okay.
I'll put it on... Lucius. The other guy will do a smite.
Well, you get a D3 mortals against him.
Because he rolled a double. Oh, yeah,
yep.
He does. 1. And I'm, speaking of which, get to heal the Neurothrope by 1 because I did a mortal. The other Hive Tyrant will do a smite. This is into the Terminators, I think.
Yep.
Because I didn't measure when I moved him.
No, you did. It does go off, and you get another D3.
Yep. So into Terminators for 2, into myself for 1. Do I take it? Yes.
And I take 2.
Okay. And then into we'll do a Psychic Scream. 11. Wish that was reversed. That would have been sweet. D3 to the Terminators for 2 more.
Kills that one.
Kills the guy. Cool. Neurothrope over here. We'll do Smite.
Is he on the runes or no?
Yeah. Yeah, he's touching it.
Okay.
So into the Terminators for 2 more. And then he could do a Neuroparasite, I guess, because his other spells aren't going to do anything. So we'll just cast that. Goes off on a huge number. 5s, you take mortals. 2 more mortals to the unit. Let's go. And then the guy back here will do Catalyst. Nailed it onto Swarmlord. And then +1 to wound, I guess. Goes off onto this Carnifex. Okay. Let's do shooting. The Carnifex, with all the rerolls, will shoot at... well, let's just do this Hive Tyrant. He'll just shoot these guys and see if we can accidentally gank them. Or at least killed a couple. First one, and 2. Just 2 wounds. AP 3. Not gonna get the whole unit. 4 damage each. The other Carnifex will shoot at... can I see red? Maybe? Like that? I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'll shoot red.
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
3s. Rerolling. 2s. 2. Just 2. AP 3.
6s. Nope.
Okay. And that brings us to the charge phase. Yeah, it brings us to the charge phase. So we want to charge this Hive Tyrant at this guy. Kind of feel like we want this Tyrant Guard to fight these dudes. But I think we're going to end up charging this guy. So, I have 1 CP to play with, and that's the champion. Okay. So yeah, I'll charge. It's a 6-inch charge versus a 2. All right, yeah, whatever. We'll just charge at the Dark Apostle with Swarmlord. That one's easy. Ta-da. Yep. I'll go here.
Yeah, it should be within
this guy will
range.
charge here.
Yep.
Actually, before I finish that charge, I want to let me think about whether I do mortal wounds here. Could go there within an inch. Cost me my 1 CP though. No, I think we hold off. Yeah, we'll just do this. This guy will charge.
Okay.
This is very frustrating. Whatever, I'll just put him where he was. Charge here. 4. Nailed it. There's a 7. We'll go over here like this.
Okay.
The Hive Tyrant will charge over here. And go like this.
Yep.
And then the Carnifex will charge here.
Yep.
Okay. Go over here. All right. I think the Carnifex has to go first because otherwise he gets yeeted into the sun. Why did I give him +1? Oh yeah, because he's only strength 7. Okay. He'll come fight you.
Okay, I'll spend 2 CP for a fight on death.
Sure. So hits on 3s, rerolling, and wins on 2s.
Yep.
6 on your invuln.
5.
Oh my god.
Oh,
well,
wow.
at least your fight on death sucks. Jesus.
I'm just gonna come back to my fight on death.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just do that. Okay.
I want to activate.
Yeah.
I think I activate this Noise Marine champion first.
Sure.
Bring him in closer. He'll get 4 attacks hitting on 2s.
That was a mistake.
Rerolling because of the Dark Apostle.
Yeah. My opponent's 5-ups have been ludicrous this game. It's like
So
absolutely
4 hits.
wild. His 5-ups are probably like 70%.
2 AP4s.
Alrighty. Let's just hope I roll a 6 here. Please roll 6. Okay. Easy game. Okay. All right. Well, I'll just blow up both.
That works for you, I guess.
Yeah. Do you want to consolidate anywhere?
No, because I can't get any.
Yeah.
I can just kind of
rotate,
base
basically.
them on the side, yeah.
All right. I'll go with Swarmlord. He's gonna go. Where did I end up? 0.8. Yeah, whatever. We'll go here and hope for the best. Swing a bunch of attacks. You don't have any modifiers on you, right? You're just a 4+ emblem guy?
Yep.
All right, 2s. And 2s again.
What's the damage on these?
3 each. Gets him.
Yep, 6.
All right, cool. So I'll go towards the champion and within 3 of my turret guard, so he gets his extra attack. Let's go. And then you get to swing.
Yep. Champion will get 4 attacks. I don't know why I wrote 5. So 3 hits.
T8.
Strength 8.
2.
Strength 9 still.
Yeah,
so 3, but
enough.
only 2.
4
AP 4.
1 goes through. How much damage? 1.
1.
I'll take 1. Fair enough.
Over to you.
Slowly but surely. All right, that guy will swing at you a bunch of times.
Yep.
2s. Rerolling. All those on your emblem. 6 damage or 9 damage.
9 damage.
Got him.
Got him.
I get +1 attack. Oh, do I use brain? Brain eating? No. +1 attack though. For my Maw class.
All right.
He will go this way. Like this. And then this guy will swing. I'll just roll my big attacks first and hope I kill him. 4 on 3s. Oh no. 2 pluses? 2 plus? 2 AP4.
Okay.
Do I eat his brain? No. Oh, I didn't roll for the apostle. That's 2 dice. Let's try that again. I do eat the apostle. So I get a CP. Cranial piecing ticks up.
Right,
you
so
get to fight over here.
Yeah, 26 attacks on 3s.
Good old warp talents.
Copy paste.
Yep. And then 5 rerolling. Yeah.
So
AP
some
2.
of the 3 AP 2.
Yeah. So these are on 4s.
Yep, because that's annoying.
Make those. And then these are on 5s. I take 6. I'm alive. Just barely. Ooh. I'm going to overrun this guy for one of my command points, and I'm going to put him inside this terrain and next to my Hive Tyrants.
All right.
If you could be a deer and not shoot them for a bit, that would be great. All right. That is it for that. No morale for anyone, right?
Nope. Because you killed all the ones that could have possibly taken round.
Yep. I get 2 for the mission thingy-majiggy. And I got a champion, the other champion, 6 off the dude, and 3 off the other dude. So I should have 11 on Cranial Feasting. I didn't score for the Noise Marine champion. Oh, I killed 2 Noise Marine champions, actually. So I should have 13? No, 12.
We can figure that out.
It's just weird because if I shoot you to death, I don't get it. I have to kill you in
Oh, right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. All right. That is it for me. And I'm going to pass the turn and the clock to you.
Hold 3. 3 more banners.
That was a really good turn, chat.
We're going to.
Turns out, as soon as that
shoot the warp talons.
As soon as that Terminator unit turns off its thing, things go.
You have OBSEC on this right now.
I do, yeah. At least for now.
So then these would just kind of go in the corner. Just gonna move all these guys back.
That Carnifex with fingers unfortunate, but I don't know. I can't be too mad about that. My Carnifexes are pretty spiky.
We're gonna move these 2.
These 5-ups are real good.
Back this way.
That's Lucius and Lucius's best friend.
Yep.
Nice.
Best friends forever.
Love that for him.
All right, cool. So that's it for movement. Psychic, we're gonna go 5 up, bring a guy back. We do. We'll bring back a Blastmaster in the red unit.
Okay.
Copy paste the Noise Marine. Then we'll do 5 up Finlow Pain. Does not go off. And then Mutated Invigoration does go off. We'll give Lucius +1 strength.
Nice.
Shooting phase.
He has -1 to wound until my psychic phase, but I don't know if that matters. Probably won't.
No, I don't think so.
1 Blastmaster should kill his Carnifex right now.
Yep, we're going to put a Blastmaster into that Carnifex.
Rude.
Teal. Reeling 1s. 1 hit. Does not wound. T8 or 7?
Nah, T7.
Okay.
AP3
Yep.
makes an AP3, so he's okay for now.
So green.
Lucius is putting in the work today.
He really
He
is.
rolled so many 1s and then rerolled into hits. One more.
One more.
Oh, he slips! He
Red
lives! Gotta charge me with Power Fist. Let's go. Oh my god. The dream. Keep the dream alive. Oh my god. No way.
Yellow 1.
This dice box over here, it's so good. Oh my god.
And I'm not. Am I able to
You are within 6. You are within 6.
Okay.
You get the reroll. There it is. Explode? No?
No, not easy.
He's dead. You got him. Does he freak
Okay.
out? No. Made you work for it, though.
And that is actually the end of my turn.
Okay, fair enough.
We get one for a door.
So I'm gonna retain my banner, but then this will break for scoring. So I'm not gonna hold it for scoring. So I'm gonna get 4. And that just goes onto this guy, I guess. The rerolls will go here with +1 because I broke my link because I charged too far, which is fair. And then there's siphons just go on each other. And we're moving. So I think I need to move this Tyranids. Does he have Adrenal? He does, right? So he goes 10, actually. And then Swarmlord will advance 2, so he goes 11. 3, 11. That's gone. I think we'll just peel back a little bit so we can be in link of that other guy. So that guy can move too. There is the link established. This Carnifex will move. Can he be on the objective here? No. 6, 8. Have to be off the objective to get there, but then I'll charge. Hopefully that's fine. Okay. These guys will advance. Loop 5 inches. So they'll go 11. Just hang out over here. This guy will advance 6 inches. Can go 12. Yeah, perfect. All right, psychic. I guess that also creates our link, so this guy can just tow the objective. This Neurothrope is going to Neuroparasite on a 10 into these guys. Take mortal wounds on 5s. 1 mortal wound. He'll smite them. Goes off on an 11. Super. Let's go. For 6 more. So there's 1 on 1.
Yeah, so
I'll
give
take
me
that.
that one.
Cool. The This guy will just shoot at the red squad. Actually, we need to cast Onslaught with him before we move on too far. So Onslaught, I'll take the one that doesn't perils me onto Swarmlord, and then Catalyst also onto Swarmlord. I don't need +1 to wound anymore, so that's fine. Shooting. This dude will shoot these guys. 2 hits. 2 wounds, AP3. Onto red. Kills 1. Carnifex will shoot... Can he see teal? No, he can only see this guy, but he needs to charge that guy, so I'm not going to do anything. Let's do charges. Carnifex will charge this guy.
Yep.
That's not good. Got to reroll. Yay. Okay. I'll pay a CP just to impact. Take D3 mortals.
He's dead.
Don't even want to roll it. I'm just going to get you. Hive Tyrant's going to charge green. You can do big heroics if you want to. Just go here. So be outside normal heroic range. Swarmlord could go for Lucius and have like a big fun fight. It's kind of fun. Let's go. I'll fight. Let's duel.
Duel.
Okay. I guess you make Swarmlord fight last, right? And he'll be out of range of everybody else because that would be illegal. So I'll fight first here. He has 7 attacks now.
I'll fight on death.
Sure. He will go 3. 3 like this, and just base the champion.
Yep.
2s, rerolling 1s, and 2s. Kills them. AP4, 3 damage.
Yep, that's
and then
fine.
you get to swing.
So 4 power fists. 2s, rerolling 1s.
Yeah, the Blastmaster half range is 24 inches.
Extra hit.
We
Then
relearned.
8, so
It's been so long
4s,
since I
right?
played this matchup. Yeah,
2
force.
AP3, 1 AP4.
Okay, it's all on my invuln. 4 ups, and then 4 damage. I'll take 2.
All right. Back to me. 13 attacks.
Mm-hmm. Rerolling
Reroll
first.
ones.
Lucius, yeah. Ooh.
1 AP1, 3 AP2.
So 3 up. Good. 4 ups. Oh, okay. I will take 2. Bracketed. Cool. I guess the question is whether I want to touch these guys, but I kind of don't because they'll punch me with a power fist.
Yep.
So I will. Being punched with a power fist is not as bad as being shot with a bluff. Can you fall back and shoot?
No,
Okay.
I can't.
All right. So I will engage them then.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? All right, and then Lucius. Yeah, and I guess those guys will also fight too, which is relevant.
And then these are 5s because you're still high toughness.
Yeah.
So 1 AP3, 1 AP4. I think both invuln.
Oh, my invuln, all good.
All right. And
then
then
these guys.
Yep, 4 power fists. 5 hits.
Oh my god.
3 AP4.
I'll slow it. 1 goes through for 1. Another one goes through for 2. So I've taken 3.
Yep.
And the last one saves. Okay.
And then 13 swords. You're rolling 1s because Lucius is still alive.
And then MT 8, so it should be 6s.
So 2.
Actually, was it 6s on the other guys too? What did we roll them on? Because I took a damage.
You
from,
took 1. You took.
Yeah,
you took
I took 1.
AP1.
Yeah. So I should have 1 more. All right, doesn't really matter.
No, you saved that 1.
No 1. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the AP1 didn't do anything.
I remember.
And then 3 Blastmaster attacks.
Yep.
1 AP1.
Okay. Hey. Good.
Alright.
Swear me.
Yep. I was gonna bait.
Oh,
Wish you
sure.
should.
Yeah, that's fine. He's T4, right? He doesn't have any
Yeah.
like hit
No,
his
just a 4
modifiers.
up. So.
Okay. Here we go. 2s to hit. And 2s to wound. All those on your invuln. I will touch this guy.
Okay. So then 4 more attacks.
Yep. I haven't parried yet, so
5
I think
more
this
hits.
is okay. T8. Yeah.
So
these
283
on 4s. So 1 parries, 1 saves, and then I take 2. And Catalyst says take 2. Fair enough. That is the end of my turn. So I'll get 2 for the thing. And max Cranial Feast.
And we did not kill
I should have gotten 2 banners. Yeah.
We'll still hold 3.
Yeah, it's winnable with the no prisoners, I think. My opponent should get 4 in assassination.
Yeah, at this point, we're just going to move up.
We'll see.
We'll throw 6 shots into them.
I think my opponent made a mistake by doing the rerolls to hit instead of the 4+, the 4+ thing, because that killed immediately like 3-4 Terminators. If he had just toilet bowled, because after my first round, I was expecting to kill like at least half the Terminator squad.
3s, 3 AP2 on your Termagants.
Yeah, just kills 3.
And I guess we're kind of psychic phase I should do.
Yeah.
We will go for +1 strength. Goes off. We'll put that on yellow boys. And then we'll go. You're in range for denies, by the way.
Oh, you're right. I am. Let's roll that. Nope. You got it.
And I guess we'll give them a 5-up Feel No Pain too for whatever. So that goes off. Do you want to deny it?
Yeah.
Can you? Yeah, you can. The other tyrant.
No, you're good. Yeah, Stormlord denies twice anyway.
Yep. Okay. And we won't even bother with the third cat because there's not.
Yep.
So we're going to attempt to kill Swarmlord and the Hive Tyrant.
Ooh, please don't do that.
So these ones will just charge in. I'm not going to even roll it because we're
automatic. Right. Yeah, you're good. You don't have to move them. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then they're already melee. He's already melee. Cool. Who's first?
Yep. We're going to start with the ones on the Hive Tyrant.
That makes total sense to me.
So 4 Power Fists. With my CP, we will give them +1 to wound.
Cool.
So 2s, 2 explosions. These would be 4s, but 3s. So 3.
Okay.
Invuln.
I'm not gonna reroll. Yeah, this is good because I rolled garbage. Yeah, he's dead. Does he freak out at you? No. So you get 4.
And then consolidate to be closer.
Yep.
So that we have second unit on there.
Yeah, I'll interrupt with Swarmlord.
Yep.
I've got 9. I'll swing 2 onto the one dude and 7 on the other guys. So 7, 2s and 2s. Kills them all. And then on the other dude.
Well, I got Feel No Pains.
Oh, sure, yeah. So it's 4
Yep.
3 damage. That's a 3 damage. And then 3 damage on the other guy.
So 3 damage for all of them.
Yep, it's all 3 damage.
Dies.
Hey, there he goes.
So 1 lives.
Yep. So dead. Survives. He dies. And the last one, dead. So there's one, that's just the champion, I assume.
Yep.
Cool. And then the other guy took a hit for 3 damage.
Okay. He's dead.
Cool. And then this guy is just there.
Yep.
Cool.
And then 4 in.
Yep.
On 2s, on 3s, because strength 9.
Mm-hmm.
So 4.
Okay. 2,
Won't
3,
kill you.
4. 1 saves, 1 parries. I'll take 4 damage, or will I? I'll take 2 damage.
Yep.
Swarmlord too strong. Does that guy need more Al? Because he lost
Nope.
4.
Because he's in leadership 9. Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Leadership. He runs on the 6.
No.
He's good.
Cool. Back to me.
Yep, and we do. I don't think
So
we only score the scry for 2 more.
Yep.
And yeah, there's nothing else for me to.
Okay. So I'll get 2 banners. Oh, I should have raised the banner last turn with that guy, and I didn't even think about it. 2 banners. We will put another banner down on that with the Tyrant Guard. I don't think any of these models' movement matters. We just have to try to blow up the. I guess
Did I score my banners on my turn?
You should have gotten 3 every turn, right? So you should have.
Except no, 1 turn of 2.
Oh, okay.
So first or second turn of 2, then turn 3, turn 4, and then turn 5. So I should be on 9. Or wait. 3, 4, and 5s. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. I should be on 11.
I'll go there, and we were not. Okay. My direct guidance is here though, so I can actually give him +1 to hit, which I should have done last turn. Okay. We'll just do a psychic phase. This is Neurothrope, might as well peel out and give. We're not in combat, right? You stayed out, yeah.
Yep, they stayed out.
So he'll roll +1 to wound. No, that doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm gonna roll it anyway. I did it on Swarmlord. He'll do a smite. Super smite into green, or the teal squad for 4 mortals. This guy will do a smite. Super smite again, okay. For 2 more mortals. Should have done Neuroparasite first. I'll just do a scream. Goes off. For D3. 3 more mortals. Swarmlord will do a smite. Doesn't go off. Alright, fair enough. Shooting. I'll just shoot them with the Skarn effects.
Yep.
2 AP3 onto the last guy there. And then you can punch Swarmlord, I guess. In melee, because I can't charge.
Yep.
Get him!
Can I even? I can't kill him, so just roll. Make sure you kill me.
You could bracket me.
Oh, I could bracket you. I guess. Okay.
And I didn't roll my catalyst. I rolled my +1. And the +1 is relevant here because I am only strength 9.
And I guess I'll spend a CP to turn a die into a 6.
Sure. So does it explode?
Yeah.
Cool.
So that'll be 6 hits.
Yep.
On 3s.
Oh yeah, because you're still +1. 5.
Yep.
So I will slow roll just in case I just get biffed out here. So that's 0 because he parries.
Yep.
Okay. That's probably I think this game is the most use I've gotten out of Blade Parry and anytime I've ever played. And then he just rolls 2s. Oh, he rolled a bunch of 1s and then 2s. Yep. Blah 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 blah. And take 15 damage. So I'll get that for the 12er.
Yep.
Hey, 69 points. I should get. Just count my banners out. I got 3, 2, 2, 2. So that's 9, and then 3. So I should get 12. And then no prisoners for not the cultists. So what did we say? 13.
Not the cultist means that it would be an 11 base or 10. I have 120 wounds total.
Yeah, and I left 10 alive, so I killed 110 plus 2 bonus points.
So 13.
Cool. Oh, and then Data Scry. Oh, I didn't Data Scry with anybody though, because I shot with the Carnifex.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was close.
That was close. Yeah, I think as soon as the Illusory Supplication went off on the Terminator, like what was not on the Terminators anymore, I could kill them. It was.
I think I just underestimated. I think actually Assassination was my problem.
Yeah, that one was gonna be tough. The Neurothropes are always like.
Well, it was more so I figured I'd maybe get the 2 big guys, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
or maybe get lucky on an overthrow. But I think now looking at it, I probably should have just taken no prisoners.
Yeah, just taking like the easy 10.
Because because it's what 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 times 4 is 40 64.
It should be 19 times 4 because there's the zoanthropes too.
I didn't kill them yet.
Oh, the neurothropes. Sorry. Oh, the venomthropes. I said wrong thrope a million times. So it's 76 plus 5 gene stealers plus 10 termagants. So it's 91 plus the bonus you get 10.
Yeah, but except I didn't kill them all.
Yeah, I mean, like it might have changed your target selection. Like you probably had a couple shots you could have taken at the termagants that you might have if they given up no prisoners. Like who knows? But I think if this had toilabled for one more turn on the Terminators, I think I'm dead. After that first turn, I went in and I did like literally, I killed like 3 of them. I was like, okay, well, yeah. I think I'm just stuck here for the rest of the game. I think I'm gonna lose.
Well, that was kind of what my goal was, to get
the
3 on my side and get the 3 banners.
Yeah, it's a good plan. I thought I was gonna kill them a turn earlier just because of the amount of number of mortal wounds I do, but then you just blank them all. Because I averaged like 14, so I should kill like 3 to 4 Terminators after the damage ignore, and then I did 2 damage. 2 damage I did, which is less. That's less than 14.
Yeah. Also, I lost a lot of points in Adorn because I just didn't kill units.
Yeah, the Adorn was going to be tough because I don't even have that many units to start with. It's all in these big bricks. You needed to kill the characters to get the extra hit. The extra, like, bip for killing a character. Yeah.
Also, my Mo dying early.
Yeah, that was kind of insane, for sure. Just, like, failing every invuln save and falling apart. Yeah. In hindsight, I mean, I think I was like, kind of, like, whining to chat a little bit. Because after he swung, I burned 2 CP on the Fight on Death because I thought he would kill 2. And then I would get to swing at him with 2 and probably kill him. Or at least put him to a point where like I can kill him randomly with something else later.
Yeah.
And then you killed exactly the wounded guy who was not like in range to attack, and I was just like, you fucking kidding me? But I think that the Fight on Death there was the right call versus interrupting.
I think so.
But I just didn't know that like the dice were gonna roll as weirdly as they did.
Yeah.
So like in hindsight, I think I would do that again because I think on average you kill 2 and then they try to kill you back, and that's probably
and I think in hindsight I should have left him at an inch away and then used the Terminators to kill them.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
Although the Terminators didn't kill them.
It's true. Yeah, you're not wrong. Although if they had swung first, I don't know if it would have changed anything.
I don't think it would have, because they all got in on the 1.5 guys. Them.
Yeah, I honestly like totally forgot about I forgot that the Blast Masters went to 4 damage. I was thinking about them as like 3, and I was like, oh, this seems like I think I'm like relatively safe from their guns. Because the Terminators don't match up super well into the Tyrant Guard, just because if I have a damage ignore on me. But the Blast Masters definitely do. Especially because I can't damage ignore all 3 units, so you just get to shoot 4 damage units into 4 wound models, which is like the best feeling thing ever.
Yep.
And so I was just like, yeah, fuck.
Although I should have paid attention more of where you're.
What's that?
Where you put your feel no pain.
Yeah, because that basically doubles their survivability against you for sure.
Yeah, because essentially I was too more worried about making sure I didn't run out of time.
Yeah.
Which, I mean...
Yeah, it's Speedhammer, right? Like, that just happens. I forgot a banner. Like, I'm just leaving points on the table. I forgot a banner. I forgot to do my action. I probably could have scored 5 more points if I'd, like, remembered all the stupid things I'm supposed to do.
But we both finished a fairly very active army in all phases.
Yeah.
Time, so...
Yeah, for sure. Especially because this being Data Scry, we had to fight on the first turn, basically, right? So, like, we were engaged top of 2.
Yeah.
So it's not like we were, playing this cagey game where we pass the clock back and forth.
Yeah, no. We were engaged with damaging or multiple attack units
Right.
early on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think I made the right call sending over Terminators and just a unit of Noise Marines this direction.
Yeah, I think I was surprised that you didn't like push a unit of Noise Marines farther forward and just to get one, because it's unlikely I kill the whole unit in one shot.
My idea was,
and then you get one OBSEC guy on the objective. And
I just wanted to keep you off of this line.
Yeah.
So that you couldn't get my back objective, so I could keep doing the mission secretary.
Yeah.
Because and that worked. I got. Am I almost maxed on? I maxed primary.
Yeah.
That was my goal, was the max primary by just getting 8 somewhere and then keeping 8s and just data scrying all game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going first is helpful for that, because you can set up on these objectives and then just hold them for the rest of the game. It's a little tough going second. Yeah, I don't know if it would have changed anything. I think that maybe the point spread is better if on round 2, I obsec the units that's in here, and I charge these guys, and then I overrun to your objective. But I didn't realize that the cultists were obsec when I did it. But I would have lost this banner, so I would have lost 5 points, but I would have denied the banner, the data scry, and a hold 3. So I would have denied at least 8.
Yeah.
But again, it's primary, so you can come back from that. The banner hurts. But the other stuff isn't so bad.
Yeah, that was kind of why I wanted to set up a wall here.
Yeah.
To make it hard for you to get through.
Yeah. Do you like my cheeky fallback Tyrant guard and overrun to keep the Tyrants alive?
I did, actually.
He's a sneaky little boy, that guy.
If I had taken a little bit more time, I probably could have positioned properly and still got him.
Yeah.
After I killed the one model that was over here.
Yeah. Yeah, the Carnifex.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's just an Arthur over here, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because as soon as the Tyrants get lookout sir, they start looking out sir for each other, so you have to shoot one before you shoot the other one, which is always weird.
Right.
You don't get to allocate your attacks efficiently as you want. Although you only have individual guns anyway, so it doesn't really matter so much. But against big tanks or whatever, knights are all right, shoot. And you're all right, well, you have to shoot the guy who has the 5-up ignore first with every single gun you have. And he's okay, fine. And then if you leave him on 1, it's really bad because then the next knight has to shoot every single gun he has. Gets weird.
Yeah, I don't know what I was hoping for when I got Warp Talons over here. I probably should have put the Warp Talons over here. Or behind here so that you couldn't see them.
Right. Well, it cut me 4 on primary. Because I lose that objective. I lost that objective that turn.
Yeah. But if I kept them alive for a turn here, on the last turn, I could have maybe gotten for the Neothrope.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Because, yeah. I could get maybe a couple psychic powers on them, but only the indirect fire ones probably if they were hiding. I was sad. I was sad that the Carnifex didn't at least kill most of them.
That was
the 5 out of 6.
I will say that my rolls are very sweet.
Your 5-ups were incredible, and your 4-ups were god awful terrible.
Right.
I was yeah. You were 70% on 5-ups, but 4-ups you were maybe 30%. It was really bad.
Maybe.
Yeah. I do kind of. I mean, it was nice killing the Master of Executions right off the bat, but also I do kind of wish I just killed a bunch of Terminators in the first turn.
Well, that was the trade-off. You got the Mo, but I got the Terminators.
Yeah. Yeah, we traded, and I mean, I got Cranial Feast, so it was maybe fine. I don't know how to feel about that. All right, I'll go ahead and put the scores in. Do we need pins? I don't think we do.
We shouldn't.
Yeah. So we should be all set. Thanks for the game, man.
You too, man.
That was an interesting one. It was all over the place.
And it wasn't bad for my actual first game of Speedhammer.
Yeah. Once you put your mind to it, Speedhammer is actually not that bad. As long as you're not playing a super intensive army.
Rack City.
Yeah, I streamed yesterday somebody playing Warp Meld Pact. Which is and he basically anytime his opponent put him on a clock, he immediately lost the game. It felt because he was he would play and he would like get through the game, but he would take like like an hour and 45 minutes of the 2.5 hour round or whatever, and his opponent would get like a little tiny bit of time. Because he's like, all right, well, I have 120 models, and they all pregame move, and then they all move, and then they all charge, and then they all pile and consolidate, and then this one teleports, and then and then we regenerate all of them, and they come back, and then I was like, oh my god, my guy, you gotta calm down.
Yeah.
Wild. All right, here they go. Here come the things. Cool. Well, thank you very much. And I'll see you around. We'll get a game at some point. I'm sure again.
I'm sure. It's not like we're not in the same.
Yeah, every single same Discord for sure.
So, all right, man. Have a good night.
Cheers. Big Duke 619. Are Tyranids good or are they still stinky? Well, they were good 2 months ago, if you'd asked me. 3 months ago, maybe. They would have been one of the best factions of the game. But they got the nerf hammers super hard, so they are very bad right now. They're not like, for a hot minute, at least statistically, they were the worst faction in 40k. Outside of Space Marine chapters, who, it depends on who you ask, whether or not they're armies or not. They were certainly the worst codex in 40k. Now they're like bottom middle. So they're still not that good. They got nerfed as you were leaving. Yeah. So the 9th edition codex came out and it was really broken. It was broken in like unintended ways, which is always unfortunate. Like there were just interactions that I don't think the design team really considered. I'm gonna see if I can put myself on my camera here, everybody. Here we go. Yeah, so there were interactions that the design team I don't think considered correctly. They just miswrote stratagems and stuff like that and made them really dumb. And then once that got fixed, like that was unreasonably powerful. They could deep strike at the end, or they could enter strategic reserve at the end of your own turn, so you could do whatever you wanted and then go into strategic reserve. They had like repeatable stratagems you could do multiple times a turn. It was really stupid. But after that, once the army got optimized down, they were very good. And they were like that for, I don't know, they had a good run. They had a good 6 months or so. They were June, I think, and then they went through January before they got nerfed. And they weren't the top faction in the game, and they were certainly trending like pretty significantly downwards towards the end. But they were definitely top 3 for sure. Yeah, Tyranids are, they've always been weird, right? I think that it seems like between 9th and what we're hearing about 10th edition, the army, they've really like clamped down on what they want the army, what's the word? Identity to be, because like, back in the day they were like, I don't know, they're the Horde faction, I guess, but they're not as good at it as Orcs, but they have Carnifexes, so like maybe they're the Carnifex faction, and then mostly they were just the Carnifex faction. I remember that back and forth very, very clearly. And I didn't play so much 5th and I didn't play 6th much onwards at all, but they really have settled on them being like the all-rounder army, where they have like sort of, they're fast, not super survivable, but reasonably survivable, have mid-range shooting, incredibly strong psychic, mid-range melee, and so they just operate in every phase really well, and I think that's like a good place for them. It really makes them like a really cool, flexible faction. The problem is that sometimes they push their survivability too far, and then Tyranids get really, really good. So they've always kind of, through 8th edition and 9th edition. 8th edition, they were the fast codex as well, but they had no survivability. Then they came out in the 9th edition, they came out with Crusher Stampede, which is an army of renown you could play. That made them super tanky. And once they were fast and tanky, and had all the other benefits, they were too strong. And then the 9th edition codex did that. So it's a balancing act, I think, for them. Heard 10th edition might slap? I'm certainly hoping so. The reveals that they've given thus far sound super good. I reserve judgment, I think, for the you know, until we see the actual rules, right? But the things that they're saying sound really, really, really cool. So I'm psyched. And I know there's a lot of pessimism out there, and people are like, oh, they're Age of Sigmaring it, but I don't know. The game needs... It's too complicated right now. I don't necessarily think that, like, stratagems and like, you know, army special rules and stuff is the part that's too difficult to parse. But for somebody who's just coming back into the game, I don't know how I would, like trying to explain somebody list building in the 9th edition is insane. It's insanely difficult. And being able to just remove all of those mechanics, like, remove all these detachment mechanics, streamline things is going to be so awesome. And then also including more reactive abilities is just going to be good. Termagant, cheap being able to move D6 might be Termagant brick viable? Maybe. I mean, who knows what Termagants do, right? They may not regenerate like Termagants. They may have an entirely different interaction. Nobody knows. Blast templates and scatter dice? Get the fuck out of here. I don't know. I'm so shocked we got out of this game, chat. I thought I was dead to rights. As I complained loudly into the microphone multiple times, I thought I was fucking dead. After he made every single damage ignore against my mortal wounds on round 2, I was like, this game is fucking so fucking over. Oh my god. Do we ever think they'd slide back to 6th or 7th with more streamlined rules? I mean, that's what Horus Heresy is, right? Isn't that just literally what Horus Heresy is? If you want to play the 7th edition rule set, you just play Horus Heresy. We did it. Waking up from a coma? Well, let me tell you! Exclamation point how to play, chat, will get you to our new player tutorial playlist, and I have a video in that playlist where I talk about all of the terms in 40k that we use all the time that are very confusing to new players. So go check that video out. Mortal Wounds, what they introduced as a Strength D weapon. Well, Strength D used to kill you. Mortal Wound is just an unsavable wound. So it's a little bit different. It's not quite the same. Because Strength D was... If you suffered a hit from Strength D, you suffered instant death immediately. Mortal Wound is just take one. You tick your wounds down 1. Going from, like, 5th and 6th edition to the current edition, the thing to keep in mind is that your number of wounds is so different. And that was, I mean, I got back in an 8th, which is when they started to shift to this this new system, and it was a real culture shock. So, like, if we take a look at my army here right now, right? So we have a Tyrant Guard, a regular Tyrant Guard, who's just an infantry model. They have 4 wounds each. They have 4 wounds, these little guys. A Hive Tyrant, who back in the day used to have 4 wounds, maybe 5. I think they were 5 wounds. Has 12. They have 12 wounds, chat. Holy crap. But your weapons don't immediately kill things. Your weapons do a variable number of damage. So a mortal wound, taking a mortal wound, it's not quite as bad as taking like a Strength D hit because you just vaporize. The mortal wound just ticks down your number of wounds by 1. So it takes 4 mortal wounds to kill a single Tyrant Guard, which is much different than back when they were... Were they 1 wound or were they 2 wounds? I don't remember. They attached to a Tyrant in a unit, I remember. It was weird. But back in the day when they were like 1 or 2 wounds and you would instant death them to do 2, it's a lot different. Some things have 20 wounds. Yeah. So yeah, vehicles. Vehicles all have... We can actually just look at the... If you haven't checked this website out, by the way, wahapedia.ru, go check it out because it has every single rule and every data sheet in the game. Semi-legally. Not really. It's not. It's certainly not legal. But it has every data sheet in the game. And if you just take a look at... let's look at some data sheets here. Which is what just a weapon or a unit profile is now. So a Land Raider, right? Back in the day, they were 14, 14, 14 armor value. Now they have a toughness value, and they just work like a big infantry model, essentially. Every unit in the game suffers damage in the same way. There's no separate chart for dealing with vehicles, which is less flavorful, but works a little bit more consistently. So your big tanks and stuff are high toughness value, high wound count. So in order to you need anti-tank weapons to kill them. You can kill them with small arms fire, but it's so unlikely and it's so difficult to do that you just will never do it. You need multi-damage weapons to kill them, which are things like las cannons and multi-meltas and missile launchers. So unlike just bringing those things because they have the ability to crack armor, now you just bring them because they have a high enough damage to actually threaten vehicles. So yeah, that's basically it. Oh yeah, so that's a Land Raider. Yeah, we can talk about super heavies. Knights are like 24 to 28 wounds, depending on the style of knight you have. The Astraeus is a super heavy for Space Marines. It has 30. And then it has 2 Void Shields that each absorb 3 additional damage. So it has 36, basically. The Mastodon has 50 in Void Shields, I think. Or 40 in Void Shields, if I remember correctly. Oh, Mastodon's also 30, excuse me. But it's higher toughness value. Yeah, the Power Claw is a much different beast now. And no longer are orcs. Well, orcs are still largely a delivery system for Power Claw knobs, but orcs themselves are actually dangerous because an orc, your armor penetration value no longer just negates whatever armor is equal to or less than the penetration value that you have. Your armor penetration value modifies the saving characteristic of whatever you're hitting by that number. So if you're hitting, like orc choppas are usually AP1 or AP2 depending on who's carrying it. So a bunch of attacks at AP1 and they're strength 5 on the WA turn. Sometimes they go to strength 7. So a bunch of attacks at AP1 or AP2 that's modifying a 2+ save to a 4+ save means that the orcs themselves are dangerous enough to vehicles that they'll chip in a little bit of damage, and then the Power Claw guy will finish the vehicle off. So it's your basic mooks are less ablative wounds for this special weapon guy, which is how it used to work. I remember that very distinctly, where like you'd have a bunch of idiots. You'd have an orc unit of 20 orcs with a knob in the middle, and you would just shoot down the 20 orcs, and if you couldn't kill them and then the knob before the knob got there, the knob blew up your Land Raider, and that's not how it works anymore. Do they still have a catastrophic damage table? No, vehicles just have an explodes rule usually. So you roll a dice, on a 6 you blow up. That's it. And then all of your models, all the high wound count models, as they take damage, their profile changes. Usually they'll get a little bit worse. So it's not like your weapons shut off and your movement, shuts off and stuff. You don't get immobilized or weapons destroyed. You just get slightly more effective as you take damage. Yeah, 5th was the last time I really interacted meaningfully with 40k before I got back in 8th. I played 5th for a while. 6th came around and was really dog shit, so I stopped playing. I played War Machine for that was like I was in college at that point, and I played War Machine through college. And then I came back in 8th, and it was this new system. So I basically I cut out all of the parts between the old system and the new system. There's a lot of evolutionary stages that I missed, but it's basically like a new game. And it plays much more cleanly. Like once you get a couple games in with it, it plays so fast and so, I don't want to say like intuitively because there's a lot of unintuitive stuff about the system, but all of the rules make sense in conjunction with one another. They don't all make sense by themselves, but you never run into the situation where you have there's a walker engaging me who's a vehicle but has an attacks value, and because it has an attacks value, it's engaged in melee and doesn't count its rear armor. So it interacts differently from this guy, who would normally be attacking a vehicle with this profile, but now he has to attack it with this other profile. And because he's using it as a grenade, he replaces his melee attacks characteristic with his grenade, but he replaces his attacks number with 1 because he's making the single grenade attack. And you start to you just, I don't know. It feels like a gearbox that's kind of wrenched. You know what I mean? You have to keep jumping through these logical hoops to progress your understanding of the rules. And this one, everything you just roll your attacks and then you're done. The switch to 6th was horrendous. Hell yeah, it was so bad. Yeah, the more hurt you get, the worse you get for sure. Yep. Usually the threshold is 10 plus wounds. There are some units though, and fun list design lever. There are some units that get improved stats as they take damage. So if we look at like Gaskell, right? The big orc guy, he gets additional attacks as he takes damage. He gets slower, and his attacks are weaker, but he gets mad. You just make him mad as you shoot him. And then, so there's like some interesting interactions like that. It's not all getting worse, but these are the exception rather than the rule, but it is really fun. Big Daddy Gaz? Yeah. I mean, if you haven't seen the new Gaskell, he got a resculpt relatively recently. Look at this motherfucker right here. Oh my god! What a model! He's like relatively playable. I'd say he's like mid-tier playable. It's like a coin flip in an orc list whether or not you see him, which is good. That's a good place for characters to be. Yeah. Big Daddy Gaz. War Machine 2nd Edition was so good. War Machine 2nd Edition was very good. I had a conversation with a player who was an old school War Machine player from back in the day at Midgard GT that I streamed yesterday. And we came to the conclusion that I think the best time for War Machine was the first 6 months of 3rd edition. Because the meta was like unsolved. There was a period between the release of Mark III War Machine and the release of the first Theme Force where the game was at its healthiest, I think. They took all of, like, they compressed the power level, they took all the really dumb shit and they nerfed it, but they didn't nerf it enough to make it unplayable. They nerfed it enough to like knock it down from S tier to like A tier or B plus. Very little, like nothing. They didn't do the GW thing where things go from A or from S down to D and then cycle back. They generally speaking kept the power level of Warcasters in the game about the same, which was kind of insane. Like the balancing act that they had to do, I think, to do that would have been like, was kind of wild. So the game didn't like flip on its head, but the meta opened up in a huge way. And you could play all sorts of like chicanerous stuff. It was super cool. And then the first Theme Force came out, the card chip Theme Force, and it was fucking destroyed the game. It was so bad. And it was all downhill from there. And I think it was unrecoverable for the company, unfortunately. I was telling someone that the War Machine championships at Adepticon last week was 17 people. Back in the day, they would have hundreds of people. They have 200 plus player events. It was 17 people this year. They had the America's Team Championship, which is a qualifier. At least it was back in the day when I played. It was a qualifier to be on the US WTC team, so it was like kind of a big deal. And that had 8 people in it. That had 2 teams of 4. Super cool. So that game is real bad. Old Rowdy? Dude, I was a Signar player, and Old Rowdy was so good. Fucking love Old Rowdy, my guy. The number of times where you would end games with Striker and Old Rowdy back-to-back, Striker 2, because Old Rowdy gave him like +2 defense, no knockdown. And Old Rowdy didn't suffer slams, right? And you just back-to-back to them. It was so fucking cool, dude. I remember very clearly one game I was played against Striker 2. It was against one of the Muse on Minis guys, and I played so bad for the first part of the game, and then turned around and had Striker overload his armor so he could take damage to increase the amount of damage he dealt in melee. And he overloaded his armor and killed basically my opponent's entire battle group over the course of 3 turns. And so I think I had Old Rowdy in cover, and Striker would jet out, kill a Warjack, and then Velocity, which was his spell to move out of activation, back to Old Rowdy every turn. So he wasn't taking damage from there was a Galleon shooting at him. And so the Galleon couldn't hit him because his defense was too high once he was faced with Old Rowdy. And I think that's what happened. And he just bounced in and out and killed my opponent's entire army over the course of like 3 rounds. And my opponent was like, that's weird. Oh, what a time. Yeah, old Rowdy was so insane. Yeah, that Jack was ridiculous. The problem, like, he was so slow. That was his issue. But every ability on his card was dumb. He was like +1 armor off a normal ironclad and had a shield or a buckler. So he was armor 20 for no reason. And he was +1. He was +1 melee attack. Yeah, so he was. And all the Signar Jacks were higher mat than any of the Jacks in the game. So he was mat 8. And had counter charge with critical knockdown. So stupid. It's like you could randomly end the game by being like, bloop, I crit you. Fall over. Oh my god, what a time. Will we ever get Seraphon in 40k? I don't think so, chat. We were talking about, when I was playing White Scars for that hot minute, we did have that big discussion about whether or not we could do a Seraphon White Scars army. And Volley Bearable sent me that link to the lizard, the Space Lizardmen STLs. So there is a Space Lizardmen, you know, STL file out there. So STL library. So I could 3D print up a Seraphon 40k army if I wanted to. And if I played Space Marines, I for sure would have. Yeah, Mark II War Machine, or Mark 2 to 3 War Machine was amazing. So good. I was reminiscing about like some of the absolutely wild like Haley 2 builds I played. What an open armed like list building system. It was just insane. I played my favorite one. My favorite list I think I'd ever played. In Mark II, I played Haley's Heroes, which was just all character solos, Haley and a Stormwall and Thorn, and it was really broken. It was probably the best list. I think it was. I talked to the Canadian WTC guys at one point, and they told me that they were of the opinion that it was the best list in the game that had like ever existed in the game, and I thought that it was just about. That's probably correct. But then it switched when it switched to Mark III and Colossals went up in points. You couldn't really fit it very well anymore, and all the solos went up in points too. They all went up like 20% in cost. So you went from playing from playing the big Warjack to playing 2 little Warjacks. And I played a Stormclad, a bonded Stormclad. Or no, she lost Bond, so it wasn't bonded anymore. But it was just like really, it just did massive damage. And then I played Dynamo, Nemo's character Jack, who had like the rapid fire lightning gun, because she could make it fire more times. She could get it to like power 19 or 20, I think. And so I played, I think it was in the Nova. And this is the saddest thing was my opponent got, I think, so tilted about this game. He said it was because of work, but I think it was because he got tilted. I was playing against Mercenaries, and they were playing Magnus. And it was the Nova semifinals, I want to say. And he was in a theme force that gave him a pregame move, I think, and he moved a Warjack up. And I was like, that's weird. Why would you do that? And then Thorn, like, move, telekinesis, uses reaction drive, because after you arc the spell through him and he could move. Got in range of the Jack, TK'd it forward, dominated it, which was Haley's spell to take over a Warjack and move it. So I moved it like 5 inches closer to me, and then like cast debuffs on it with the solos, and Dynamo shot it to death. And I killed his Warjack on the top of the first round. And he was like, what the fuck? I was like, I don't know, man, you moved too close. What am I gonna say? Absolutely insane. That video got taken down from the internet though, but that was choice. Good old Dominate, right? Insane. What a time. What a dumb spell. It's like, what wildly, I don't know, like potentially horrible game design to like create the spell that only affects like half the game. It's like an insane effect. Take over a Warjack, move, and make an attack with it. Are you fucking kidding me? Ridiculous. But it only worked on Warjacks. So if you were playing the other half of the game that didn't have Warjacks, it was like, it didn't do anything. So your caster just like wildly pivoted in power level depending on your matchup. It was just bizarre. Absolutely crazy design decision. Ugh. Yeah. It was insane. I remember one time I tried, I think I went for an assassination run maybe. Or I tried for an assassination run, and I think part of it was I had to dominate a Warjack like next to my opponent's Warcaster to then shoot a gun at it to like explode onto them. And I charged it with Haley, and then like resolved a hit, resolved an attack, and then was like, okay, dominate. And he was like, you shouldn't have resolved that attack. After the game, he told me, he was like, you shouldn't have resolved that attack. And I was like, oh yeah, why? I was like, maybe I knocked your movement out or something, and like you're easier to hit. But I was already hitting on Snake Eyes anyway because it was Haley too. And he was like, well, if you knock my Cortex out, I'm an ineligible target for dominate. And I was like, of course, I forgot about that. What a weird, bizarre rule. Oh, absolutely insane. I wonder how many people in chat can actually relate to these stories, these ridiculous stories we're telling. What a time. Loved Mark. Loved early War Machine. Early days War Machine. All right. I'm going to go ahead and hop off here, everybody. Thanks for watching the game. Big Duke, thanks for running me down memory lane. Let's find somebody to raid here. Run Tochis. Any games? Ooh, give me a game, chat. Infinity Roundtable. Like the Infinity the skirmish game? No games happening. What the? Studio J7's talking about stuff. We'll raid them. Cool. I'm gonna be live with Tactical Tuesday over on the YouTube tomorrow! Exclamation point YouTube if you're not on with us over there. So that's gonna be regularly scheduled Tactical Tuesday fare. So we're gonna do, you know, normal stuff. We're gonna talk about lists and we're gonna talk about armies that are winning. And then I'll have a bunch of videos. Hopefully, I have a video up later tonight about the Tyranid army that won a GT. But I also have some videos about Adepticon I want to do. I have a video about terrain I have to do this week. So a lot of fun videos coming out this week over on the YouTube. So go hang out with me over there. Otherwise, we'll hang out with Studio J7. And thank you so much for chilling with me, everybody. Have a good one.